Alright, welcome back, guys. We should be live officially. Sorry for the wait, Bobo. I just really wanted to sort this out if I can. I've done everything I can. The internet connection should be as good as it can be. Bobo wants Steam, of course. Or not Steam, Parsec, because Parsec's better, so we'll use that. And while we are waiting for them to join, I get my stream up on my phone, which is often, that's usually it's a bit delayed from YouTube's perspective, so that's fine. There we go. Yeah, I see it now. Bobo is keyboard, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I always forget. Do let me know if I have that wrong. I gave you keyboard. The other reason, by the way, I changed the router is just, in case it would cause any, like, problems as far as streaming thing. Castar actually will be left. And Bobo, right? That's my bad. You guys can select your characters. Again, connection should be great. Hopefully, I don't know. At this point, it seems like it doesn't matter how fast the speed is, it'll just do whatever it wants, so hopefully I'm wrong. Bobo moves forward. Oh gosh. Are we getting lag now? Tell me we're not getting lag. Enormously frustrating if we are. I don't know. 400 to 500 megabits per second means nothing if that's the case. Cool, we did it. Looks like nobody's pausing. Or are we? What's going on? No lag. Okay, excellent. Yeah, alright. I just had to restart the router again, I guess. Sometimes doing it twice, it can pay off. I'm glad it did. Also, the game is supposed to warn you now if you have FPS problems, and I guess it's a good sign we're not getting any of those warnings. I saw Venator got a few. I don't know how frequent that was. I just remember I looked at his stream and I saw it a couple times. I don't think it was the whole time, but... And I'm not saying it should do that or that Venator did anything wrong. It's quite the opposite. The game is just not the best optimized right now, but thankfully for me, it doesn't appear to be doing shenanigans like that, so... I'm glad. If you're not getting any lag, this is how it should be, ideally, of course. Since we're far away, you might still get a lag spike, but that's to be expected, but... If it's not lagging throughout, that's really what we're looking for. A stable sort of connection. With a bit of delay, of course, because that's unavoidable. Type of thing you can still fight through, hopefully. But it does take a little bit of getting used to. If you're not used to that slight delay, it definitely can be quite a disadvantage at first. Bobo, by the way, is fighting for a chance to, down the road, fight the champion. Oh, is that a lag spike? I don't know. If you want to redo that flag, press rematch. I totally understand if you do. Okay, I guess not. We're gonna go with that. Bobo was ahead anyway, to be fair. So a comeback was not looking super likely, but The option is there. Because it did look a little... And that's not Bobo's fault, by the way. He obviously did everything right there. It's just Castar seemed to run into an issue. So, if there's no problem, though, you guys can carry on. It's just one of those things. You see an opportunity to stab your opponent, you gotta take it. So, it's all good. You lose control, but it's not lagging, right? I don't know what that issue is. I feel it's like we replaced an issue with another. Um, yeah, that's unfortunate. I knew something weird was happening. You don't think you lag? That's good. That's good to hear. Castar's from Spain. He's from Europe, so if it's like that for him, although that's a shame about the parsec thing. You clicking the icon and it doesn't work. That's a little weird. I hope that doesn't persist. That does sound very tilting. Yeah, it's funny, with the restarting the router thing, the reason I didn't initially think of that is because I did it earlier today as a sort of precaution, but, you know, sometimes doing it again fixes the problem anyway. Internet connection is a very finicky thing. Yeah, so I don't think I'll bother with the steps. I think it's fine. We're seeing an improvement now, but appreciate the suggestions, Pico. I'll still look into it, but I don't think I'll change anything. Definitely should be useful for a lot of people with inexplicable problems, and, you know, restarting doesn't fix it for some reason. Yeah, because usually the issues that I would get, I'm not saying my connection's always been perfect, but usually what I would get is like ISPs being annoying and not giving you your full sort of megabits per second that you're entitled to. But in this case, it was not that, so it was strange. I'm glad we figured it out. Castar Samuel, by the way, is one of the best Samuels on the server. Max is an upcoming prospect as well. I'm not sure if whose is better out of those two, but Castar has gone very far with this Samuel, so Bobo does have a real tough opponent. I didn't give him like the creme de la creme, so to speak, but I did give him opponents who constantly challenge the best of the best and even get to finals. So this is an elite player, without a doubt, and a true test of Bobo's mettle that I hope he was looking for. But like Bobo said, you can maintain that streak as well. Challenge the champion with a higher win streak for more clout, so I respect that as well. Pausing again, it might be the same problem. Hopefully Castar can now move. Yeah. Actually, Bobo with an excellent comeback, by the way, against this Samuel. Not easy to do with Zera. Zera is almost the antithesis of Samuel in certain respects because he does needlessly expose himself a lot, whereas Samuel, I would say, unless you deliberately do so, does not. or even accidentally do so without any mistake. But overall, Samuel is a lot tighter. There are similarities that can be made to Zera, though. He does have a similar forward X and a similar back Y. Does have like skyhook attacks that do look similar to Zera. But his general vibe is not really the same as Zera as far as the niche that he actually fulfills. So you do see overlap. Some Samuel players do play Zera because there's some similarity with the style. But the way that style is expressed is not the same. It's quite a bit different. And the fighters, there's a bit of a lull in the fighting here as they circle each other. Bobo seems good to go. He's just making sure that Castar is also good to go. Very good sportsmanship on his part. Yeah, back Y. Very nice move for Zera. It's basically a longer range version of what Samuel has himself. Don't know if it's strictly speaking better. It's just different. Samuel's back Y has its own merits. Nice sidestep by Castar and follows it up there. Bobo will want to win right now, of course, to get that 2-0, but it's not looking so simple as he sidesteps to the side. A lot of sidestepping, very deliberate mind games by Bobo, and he actually does sidestep that initial Russian. They're provoking Castar, and Castar is the one actually who's tired, if you can believe it, after all of that. You'd think Zera would be the one who's tired, but thankfully Castar does recover, and he cuts in the direction of the sidestep, which was smart. I think Bobo will be the first to admit that was a little bit goofy and reckless on his part, but Castar capitalized. Nicely done. Called Bobo Bobop for just a moment there. Yeah, that's understandable. People play Zera because he's goofy sometimes. A bit of stuttering, but nothing serious. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's what it used to be, so that's good. Are you getting stuttering, Bobo? Bobo, let me know after the fight if you can, or during, before you cross swords. Let me know if it's better. That's the main thing. I know you've been viewing the stream on Parsec, so you would know better than anyone if it's an improvement. But it looks like he's focusing on the fight now, which is fair. What is happening? Is he being... He's being a goofball, I think, like a koala often does with Zera. And it can be actually very intimidating. But this time, Castar locking in. I don't know if such tactics will work on a Samuel like this. Ooh, a double. Nice hit to the head. Ooh, and it looked almost like Zera got impaled, but I think it got between his arm and his body. So he sort of caught it. And he obviously got a favorable hit in that exchange. Stab to the arm by Bobo. Thrust over the top there as Castar tries to move in. Bobo getting in his opponent's head a little bit. Castar overextending a bit more than he used to, and I think he's being punished for that. Side steps by both. Bobo moving into the corner. Oh my goodness. Hopefully... No, it's not lag. He's making his opponent second guess. Oh dear. Yeah, I think... Unless Bobo pauses the game, it's probably not lag. I think we can operate on that assumption. But he's really active. It's not like he's just turtling up. He actually explodes into aggression a lot. It's a calm before the storm approach. A little bit unorthodox, it has to be said, the way he's doing it. But... yeah, no, he's good to go. But Castar's like, I don't want to walk into that, windmill of death. Which is understandable. He's saying, oh, you go. At some point, though, the fighters must fight each other. If this continues for too long, I might have to order them to start crossing swords, but they do. Nice, Castor does get a hit. They both move in. Yeah, predictably that's a double as they both dash in to try and go for an opening at the same time. Nice cut there by Castor. Very precise with these cuts overall. Goes low. Doesn't manage to hit until just then where he gets stabbed in the hand, but does land a cut of his own. Excellent Meisterhauen there, those Zwerkau by Bobo. And although it's a very drunken way to throw that Zwerkau, it does work. It's just really awkward with the timing, but that also means it's awkward for the opponent, I think, to punish sometimes. So that's the kind of the beauty of that move for Zera. And it gets him to the side. Aims for the head. It's basically the longsword equivalent of a double tap. You know, the concept of double tapping someone with a handgun to make sure they go down. But there's Zwerkau you can do much the same thing. You initially cut the head and catch their blade, and then you can do another one. And you can even do some more if you're crazy with those Zwerkaus. It might not be the best idea at that point, but I mean, there are Zwerkcopter contests that HEMA-ists will do actually for fun. Basically, you're doing helicopters with it. Would you do that when somebody's actively trying to kill you? Probably not, again, but it is a fun little bit of exercise. And a good way to train the technique too, I think, which is the important thing. Thrust attempt, nice, going low. Pausing there, hopefully Castor is doing okay. Bobo gets sniped there. That was a really, again, these precise cuts that engage Zera from awkward angles actually seem difficult to defend against and to stop. Some more pausing. They're good to go. I think it's the same thing that Castor was mentioning. He's flicking the icon by mistake or something like that, and he's losing control. But Bobo seems good to go still. And Castor is able to recover from that. Although it does happen in some unfortunate moments sometimes. Back Y. Okay, something's still happening to Castor. What is Bobo doing? Castor is... Oh, and there you go, he explodes into aggression just then. Bobo doing lots of dashing. A bit of styling on the opponent, that's what it's about, the USFC. A lot of this showboating stuff, and Castor unfortunately is falling for it a little bit. There's ways to deal with it, but you gotta not fall for the bait. That sword is powerful though, covers a lot of area. That is probably the tough part for Castor. He doesn't really want to close in on that recklessly, which is fair. But it is a tactic that very much can be dealt with, especially if Samuel. Nicely done. Castor just has to find the way. Thrust attempts. Back Y though, as Castor tries to punish. That was a bait, I bet, from Bobo. Deliberately out of measure, but then using the back Y. And now Bobo's dashing around. They both dash to match each other. Bobo sits in the corner. He uses low guard. He says, I don't need my auto guard. Castor says, I don't either. A lot of blade away. Glad they're both having fun with it. But there's the upcut and the thrust. Nicely done. That's the type of mix-up you don't see often with Zera, but in this particular instance, it worked very well. Good fight, guys. A bit of trolling on Bobo's part, but harmless fun all the same, which is what we love to see. Especially in USFC. USFC is really the place to do that type of thing, because it's more casual and there's banter and all that fun stuff. That was hilarious. Alright, Grazmaz. Or is it Grazmaz? Okay, I'll invite you to speak, Bobo.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you were entertained by my antics there. Believe it or not, that wasn't trolling. That was all a deliberate strategy to frustrate my opponent. Because Samuel,
Yeah.
I know in my heart of hearts, he's very defensive, Castar, very good player. I didn't want to approach, so come to me. And I had more than a few tricks up my sleeve. He was getting me towards the end there. I was a bit worried in the one set, but sort of like in the Matrix, I went in there, did some kung fu in my mind, and I downloaded all his moves, and he couldn't hurt me after that.
Beautiful, yeah. And sometimes Zera is great for that calm before the storm aggression, because I noticed you would out of nowhere start throwing combos, even like cuts into stabs, which you wouldn't be prepared for. Because you would block the initial cut, but then the stab slips in.
And then try and return, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's the old reliable. There's certain... and I don't know if there's a term for this in HEMA. I call it the brain destroyer, where you intentionally make your opponent, you condition them into a certain way of thinking, or only play defensively. Then you massively change tack to try and catch them off guard. Like before, I was hitting him a lot with that stab, so I was doing it out of range, so it's like, oh yes, I can punish him. Then I returned with my own cut, and sort of preying on his anger at a particular attack. Yeah. Not something you could do in a real fight, because if you just stab them, I suppose you could do it in HEMA, where it's all protected, but if you stab someone in the arm in a real fight, they'd die.
Yeah. And you just don't want to take hits like that to your arm. It can cause lasting damage, even if you do survive, so.
Indeed.
Grassmez is here. We're waiting for Max. If Max doesn't show up within, say, a minute or two, we can move on still and do Platypi against the Beer. We'll come back, of course, to this fight, so not to worry, Grassmez. And worst case scenario, we'll get you somebody else. Yeah. I saw Max earlier, so I'm sure he's around. Maybe he's cooking or something.
Very well played to my opponent. That's certainly a feather in my cap to have crossed blades with him and come out on top. He played very well, and he did have me worried when he switched from Marta to Samuel initially.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've yet to see a Marta player that has raised my eyebrows, so to speak. But perhaps that's just the state of the character. She's,
yeah,
she should stick to knitting in an old lady's home.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. And Zero, if anyone's equipped to fight a big long weapon, you know who.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Flimsy defenses, which can really be exploited by Zera. As the Marta player, you want to avoid getting blade beat at all costs, and if you do get blade beat, you want to try and punish those blade beats, but it's not always possible. Keep your distance, pick them apart, but if Zera rushes you down, it might just be over. Go ahead and join. Yeah, we're waiting for you, Max. I see you on Discord. Maybe it just didn't notify me, so you can just try connecting again.
I see.
Cool. That happens
sometimes. Max, of course, told me earlier in the day You did mention he was a prospect Samuel player. He's the
Yeah.
best Samuel player I know personally. I am on first name basis on him because I do call him Max.
Hmm.
I suppose everyone is because that's how everyone knows him. Bit of a sneaky joke there. And I wanted to practice with him in order to get some reps in against Castor because I knew he would play Samuel. And he said, "No, I'm cooking with my girlfriend." How dare he prioritise real relationships over a video game? Wretched, horrible man. I'm joking, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing more important than the outside world and your family, provided you have a good relationship with them.
Indeed.
Yes. In fact, I was dreaming last night that there was a zombie apocalypse and my grandmother got eaten alive, and I went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
She was.
most
It was a
people go
horrible
crazy.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a horrible thing. Yeah. Not good. I tossed and turned, but I'm really tough, so it didn't affect me mentally.
Wait, what's going on?
Yes. Yeah, as you say,
Oh, they're taunting each other. I see.
But I'm not even in the game. I really should get on this.
Yeah,
Hang
one
on,
moment.
ladies and
I'll let
gentlemen.
them kill each other, then I'll let you in.
This commentator's going blind.
Stab. Another stab and a grab. Alright. I'll let you in now.
Thank you very much. Oh, and Max is playing Yendrick of all people. My word.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna go Sam. He was hovering over Sam, but then Yendrick came out.
Yes. We do have some talk from the YouTube chat who says the Brain Destroyer is a real thing. It's called conditioning. I think my name's cooler, to be honest. Yes. I'm waiting around here.
Nice chop to the head. Yeah, I would say typically people are saying Marie has the advantage. I would tend to agree. Yendrick
I would tend to say
can make
that
it messy.
anyone fighting Yendrick. Sorry. I interrupted you there very
No,
rudely.
it's okay.
I was saying that anyone has a good matchup against Yendrick. I think he's the weakest character in the game. It's a controversial opinion I was going to share.
Yeah, I don't quite agree with that. I would say maybe Sava or Hassan, maybe even more so. But I can see that. Yendrick definitely has some pretty glaring weaknesses. I just think he at least can fall back on one or two really good strengths that can throw even the most prepared opponent off if they're not careful.
Absolutely.
Whereas Hassan, like, he's got an exposed guard, but he doesn't have that overwhelming offense to fall back on. Does that make sense? Like,
No.
I think
that does
Yendrick
make
at
sense,
least
although
puts everything in like one or two stats, and those two stats are amazing.
damage.
Yeah.
And reach.
But it is a glass cannon.
Ladies
If
and
you
gentlemen.
give it a little love tap, it'll shatter.
Yes. Although, ladies and gentlemen, I must say I'm currently eating chocolate, which is why
good.
my mouth is currently full. Well, I'm trying to join the Parsec quite desperately, though unfortunately
I thought
I'm
I'd
not,
let you in. Okay, hang on. You guys can, yeah, you can do that. You can stab each other, then I'll let them in.
Yes.
Parsec be finicky sometimes. There you are.
There we are. There we are. Oh dear. Client connection failure. I shall have to try again.
Oh, okay, that might be what happened. One moment,
Yes.
guys.
Though personally, I do prefer my own ass-backwards hick terms for USFC. No, not USFC. For HEMA fighting terms. Yeah, well, it says the host is doing something else. No, error 17. Well, it's not wanting me to connect, so I might bow out. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a joy commentating.
Okay.
But no. Let's keep trying. I'm not giving up yet. Come on, old pal. It says the host is doing something else. I've queued it up again. Hopefully it works. No, I don't read more. I'm reading more about this error 17. What's error 17?
All right, you guys just fight. We'll figure it out while you fight. Sorry about
that. Have a go at each other. Where's 17? Undocumented. 17. Decode error no support. Very interesting. Very interesting.
We could restart Parsec maybe.
After this duel, we'll give it a go. After this duel.
Yeah. I'm after this duel for sure. We don't want to waste more time.
Yes, but very unconventional pick by Max there. Typically, he plays Samuel.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
and
definitely not going super well for him, but it's not going as bad as I imagined.
less like a car crash in slow motion, and more like a car accident in slow motion.
Ooh, nice parry with the cut, and a stab to the body. Thrust. Nice. Yeah, Grasma is just picking him apart slowly, using that hand protection, by the way, too. Your hand would be rattled if that axe hit the hand protection like that. It wouldn't feel very nice,
Yes,
but it's a lot better than having your hand cut off.
him or being impaled.
Yeah, which is what just happened to
Yes,
Yendrik.
I think perhaps in a battle, in a fight to the death, I think adrenaline might kick in and preserve any bruises. That was the
Yeah,
case. Could certainly imagine that happening.
yeah, people can suffer through surprising amounts of punishment if the adrenaline is there and the determination is there for whatever reason, and they just fight on anyway,
Yeah.
so.
Goodness, what's the worst wound I've ever seen? In person, I'm lucky to have never seen too many extreme wounds, but I have seen war footage of the Ukrainian war and some of the things you see people survive through. Blimey.
Yeah.
It really puts things into perspective.
Yeah, the worst
The fact
I've
that anyone.
seen, that's tough. Maybe when my brother got a concussion, actually, it was pretty bad. He
Oh
cut
dear.
the top of his eyebrow on like a doorstop, hit his head.
Hmm.
It was pretty bad. It was because you know if you take wounds above your eyebrow, they just bleed. They completely
Oh dear.
ooze blood, and it just was coming right out of
Hmm.
his face. It looked worse than it was, but
Yes,
because
I can
that
imagine.
wound resulted in head trauma as well, a concussion, I would say that's probably the worst that I've seen in person.
Absolutely. I had a similar thing once where my brother, quite foolishly, he did a jumping strike in a punching bag that we own.
Yeah,
But it was in the garage, and on top of him in the garage was a rusty iron a sort of track for
yeah,
garage doors to slide up and down, and
yeah,
he banged his head on that and had a cut on the top of it, on the crown of his head.
yeah,
Thankfully, nothing got in there, and he got a plaster on it, and it was okay.
yeah. There was one more too that happened to me. I was a stupid teenager playing with sticks, like they're swords, right? As we all have done
Yes.
at some point in our
Well, I
lives,
still
I'm
do
sure.
that to this day,
Yeah,
but with a
yeah,
baseball bat.
yeah. And HEMA is basically that, but more formalized too.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, so. But
And
anyway,
safer.
we were out camping at the time, of course, and I tripped over a fire pit, and it has this grill on it, and there's like spiky bits where
Oh
the
dear.
grill is essentially held on to the fire pit, and I hit my solar plexus right on that, and I
Oh,
think the action of getting up sort of caused a gash to form in my chest. It wasn't anything
okay.
life-threatening, but I do have
Yes.
the scar to this day. It's still slightly visible. And
Wow.
I didn't need stitches, but it was close.
That's a sort of attack you don't want to be taking several of, to say the least.
Yeah,
One you can endure. Several you're in trouble.
yeah. And to people who watched
Yeah.
it happen, they thought I impaled myself in the fire pit, which could have happened. It was metal, so it's not
Yeah, not far off.
ideal. Yeah.
Yes. Well,
But
now.
thankfully we have a thing called bones, a breastbone specifically, so nothing came of that. But it was not fun. And I had my tetanus
Well,
shots
I,
updated, so that was not an issue either. So.
I once, at the age of 5, completely broke my nose. Not in a fight. I fell over on some play equipment. It was rainy. There were, I don't know if you ever had play equipment in your neck of the woods in Canada, but
Yeah.
they had these little wooden stumps that you could jump across in the ground, and I perfectly slipped and fell square. My nose went first onto a wooden thing and then rolled off. And it
Yeah.
turned black, and it was profusely bleeding. And to this day, it's slightly flatter than it should be, because I
Yeah.
did squish it.
Yeah, because
I
there's
did
not
get
a
driven
lot
to the
they can do
hospital
for
though.
those, right? Is my understanding. They just sort of let them heal a lot of the time and stabilize the
Yeah,
nose,
you just
right?
let them
Yeah,
bleed. I mean, some people say you pinch the bridge of your nose and lean forward to get the blood that's already in there out. But breaking your nose isn't the end of the world. It
yeah,
just hurts, and you can still breathe through the mouth. It's a
yep.
bit like losing your leg. Not the end of the world. You have two of them for a reason.
Yeah, there's a cut from Max finishing
Yeah.
that set.
What? I
1-1.
can use my imagination to imagine 1-1. Wow. He's making a comeback. It would seem.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
have
hold
to
on. I can
say, I
watch.
didn't mention this, but he switched to Hassan and won with Hassan.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah.
Well, he's thoroughly in the scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to low tiers. Then.
Yeah, and everybody was freaking out in the chat, of course, because that's a bold pick, but it worked out.
Absolutely. No, I'm happy for him. I genuinely think Assam, king of the low tiers. He is a real character. Sava and Yendrek are not real characters. Any day I would rather fight a Yendrek than a Assam, and that's not just because he's scary in Turkish. It's because he's got some quite nasty cuts for a Zera player. Coming down from up high, if he gets close, he's like an ineffectual Gideon. Well, that is true. I'm currently getting pinged by one of the best players in the server, a beer. And he says, "You've never seen a good Yendrek." That's not true. I dueled you and very nearly won, which means I lost against you. But it was a score of 7-6. I almost said 6-7. Whoopsie daisy. And yes, he did beat me on my main playing Yendrek, which is a spot that my pride has just only recently healed over. Yes. Did have to nurse my pride after that loss.
Oh, they're
Very
both
good player,
standing there and
Abir.
long guarding. Yeah, some taunting.
As they are wont to do. What's his face? His stabs got nerfed, didn't they, Hassan? Because he can't have anything.
Hassan, yeah, I've heard something about that. I don't know if it was directly nerfed. I think it's more some mysterious byproduct of all the tweaks that Google has done.
Yes. Small tweaks. Small tweaks.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
large tweaks, just small tweaks.
Yeah.
In the same way that getting a vein ripped out through your head is a small tweak.
Mhm.
Yes.
Or a finger broken, a toe broken. You know, it's a small
Yeah,
tweak.
or
It's
a
not that
nose.
big of a deal.
Yeah.
Surely.
Not the end of the world. I mean, not the end of the world is accurate, but it is unfortunate that he's making these small changes, perhaps to the detriment of the game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. One must imagine what goes through his head. Eating all those pierogies, as Polish people are wont to do. Not that I blame them, I've never tried pierogies, but I hear they're very tasty.
It's sort of like he's treating a gunshot wound with a bloodletting. You know what I mean? Like, he'll remove the bullet, he'll treat the wound, but then he's gonna be like, oh, well, we gotta get rid of some blood. So he makes another incision somewhere. And then it makes it worse.
Yes. Rather backwards, in my estimations. Yes.
Triangle
there. In my imagination, be my imagination, Subotai. How's the match going?
So far, it's going quite well, actually, for Grasmez. Max has switched the calc. I'm assuming at this point he's just picking random characters. He's probably using the command.
He tends to. He used to be a serious Samuel player, as I used to call him, and he used to beat the brakes off me. But ever since he switched, he's been playing every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes across his way.
Yeah. Nice chop there. And then Marie, it looked like she was going into an arm bar there. Like she was being arm barred by Cal. It was kind of funny after the arm hit.
Yes.
And they're both touching tips, and there's a nice stab.
Here's a question. Now, famously, several characters have a circling of the blade stab. Are they ever any good, or are they always completely useless? Because they're meant to counter the other guy holding long guard in a vain attempt to, you know, get through their long guard, but it doesn't work, ever.
Yeah, I think they're more for tempo switches or for stabbing people past auto guard. honestly. Although I know Kubo made a short about
Hmm.
if you time those right, theoretically you can bypass long guard too. But I think in practice it's quite different. At least against the player.
And if
Against the
I
AI, maybe it's easier to pull off.
time the right lottery ticket purchase right, I could become a millionaire.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Grazmez has 2. Max has 1. Marie against Calc
Yes.
is really rough for Calc. Oh, Clamido is doing the random character select for Max. Interesting.
Yes. And Max switching characters again, it would seem.
Wait, but is he actually going to use Laszlo? He seems to not want to use Laszlo, despite the Laszlo. Oh, never mind, there we go. He's going Laszlo.
Good luck to him. Did he
Yeah,
win that last round, I imagine? Oh my goodness, Clamono just randomly rolled Samuel. If the set goes on that long and he makes the comeback of the ages, he'll be able to play his main.
yeah. What? What? What happened? The players just went back for some reason. I don't know, Grasmez. Max has some explaining to do, if that wasn't you. Pick the characters again. I think Max deliberately picked Laszlo, so
Yes. Max currently playing the role of a goofball, playing on his girlfriend's account, like a silly Billy. Once again, folks, the evils of putting your beloved friends and family and lovers over video games. You know, this is where it gets you, ultimately.
yawning. I promise I'm not bored though. This is quite a storyline here with the character switching.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't predict where it goes. I mean, not even Stevie Wonder could see where this one's going.
Anyone spare? We'll try to get you a fight, Piper, but currently nobody's missing a fight.
I'm going to get a drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's all good. I'm probably gonna grab a coffee myself. I haven't grabbed one yet, so you guys can fight on. Continue fighting if I'm not back in time and they're still around to go.
He was supposed to be over, but I think he got tied up somewhere. He doesn't like having sex with men. Hello? I have returned with a drink. I would like it if they hurried up, you know, not to rush the two fences, but I would like it if they hurried up because I'd like to get this whole parsec thing sorted out. Seems we've had technical issues at the wazoo. Hello. Well, the game's apparently over, and I imagine Max lost. Eager to continue his duel, but Graz is a rising star in the scene of Hellish Quart. I'm being told to go fuck myself by one of the opponents. Or contenders, rather. And there you go. Such is life, I imagine. Yes. Kiara itching for a fight, but having checked our schedule, the next fight in this order will be Platypi versus a beer. A beer's certainly here, though Platypi is yet to put in an appearance, to my mind. Thank you, Maestro, telling me to go love myself. I do every morning and every night. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm back. Apologies for the wait. Looks like
It's a very good thing you weren't around to hear what I just said. Anyway. Right, so our next match is Platypi versus a beer. Beer being a top 5, I believe, fighter, or at least he was at some point. Whereas Platypi has been in the last week's USFC, if I imagine, if I remember correctly. Did he win or lose? I don't recall.
The last USFC?
Yes, Platypi. You don't have to check now. I was just wondering, can you remember? Did he win or lose? I can't.
I just know he beat Maestro last time.
That was the thing. He did win. He did win. Yeah. And I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. I can see the duel again. I'm no longer incredibly bored. Although I will be leaving at this momentous occasion for just a moment.
Okay. That's fine. A beer will be on the right side, Platypi on the left. What is going on? Somebody's pinging me. I'm coming for the throne. Oh, okay. Yeah. Would love to see it, Clamino. Yeah, love to see the new prospects joining up and getting to the top spots. So, Platypi left, a beer right. There we go. Little delay there between YouTube maybe and what they're actually hearing, which happens. Isabella, for Platypi, a beer has a decision to make. Will he use Butterbash or will he switch to Sam? Okay, a lot of people volunteering to fight Piper here, which is nice. We'll only do one fight with Piper, indeed, but we'll figure it out.
Yes, as we go along. And as has become his fashion, a beer, often playing on here on the right-hand side with a red bar badge, which vaguely resembles Lashlow, although with hair clipping through, weirdly enough.
Platypi's good. Yeah, so if Platypi,
I'm not getting latency on. Not getting any latency on my end, folks. I have no clue what could be causing this delay.
For a beer, yeah, I don't know. A beer's had historically.
Right, come on, you yobs, you bums. End this passivity. Fight one another for my entertainment. Kill, murder, death, etc. All right, and we're getting off to a roaring start. Never mind, they've paused the game. The yobs. No, we're back, are we? A beer, come on. A beer, I thought at like 200 lag, 200 milliseconds of lag. You can do this, baby. You can do this. This is a baby amount of lag. He reset the router for you. No, he's shuffling back and forth. He's eager to fight. Now it's Platypie who needs to respond. But while our two players are moseying about like a pair of bombs, why don't we analyse this matchup?
Yeah, so Isabella, her main strength is fighting for the center. She does that better than perhaps any other character in the game. She has these quick snap cuts, these high guard cuts, up cuts, all sorts of stuff. If Barabash spends too much time fighting for the center or fighting from range, he will usually lose. If Abir can make use of his side steps, like so, he did take a bit of a hit, but he still was able to access the hand because of that. Abir will do better. And Barabash can also win by making it messy, but you gotta pick your moment. If you just rush in recklessly, Isabella will beat you to the punch.
Yes, because of the two, while Barabash does certainly have less damage, it's not so much lower than Isabella's, and Isabella's low health does counteract his low damage, which rather evens up the match. Isabella, lower than average health, if I'm not mistaken.
Bobo cannot host, unfortunately. And a lot of EU hosts are shut down at the moment because of the recent bug that makes it impossible to start the game.
No, I do not experience such a thing.
Yeah.
I do not experience such a thing because I'm a better human being than the people. Kubo just likes me, is what I will say. My defences of him have not gone unwarranted. Yeah, so I like to think of it as the Rapture, where all the worthy people, well, I suppose all the worthy people die in the Rapture. The opposite of the Rapture, where all the worthy people stay behind. Think of it that way. And another double there. I don't know what these two are doing. Apparently, I mean, from the lag I'm seeing, and you're seeing on the YouTube stream, it doesn't seem so bad. Perhaps they're experiencing worse lag on their own time. Or perhaps they're merely snowflakes. Ooh, snap cut there.
was saying it's fine, but Abir having some issues.
Well, yes, Abir then.
That's why Abir is being a bit defensive right now. He probably doesn't see.
Well, he's being more than better defensive. He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Come on, Abir. Thought you were one of the best. Come on, Abir. What are you doing? Perhaps Abir is merely going to the fridge to get a beer. Double there, both going for the head. They'll not be remembering that duel, that's for certain.
Nice sidestep.
Yes, and Abir with quite beautifully using, when he is playing, Barbash's sidesteps for excellent effect, because on both longsword characters, I find their weaknesses is in fact in the wrist. Well, more so the arms just for Zero, but the wrist in particular seems very exposed.
Yeah.
As you can see there on Isabella.
Sometimes the side of the face as well, but that can require you to sidestep to access. Nice.
There certainly has no problem with that, but nasty blow to the stomach there. Cleaving his intestines in twain. Okay.
Platypie showing
the opponent seemed to be trucking through. Yes. Very good sportsmanship here from the both of them. And oh my word, he's backing Platypie up into the corner. My goodness. I've never seen so many blows.
Is not typically a viable tactic against a prepared opponent.
Or against Isabella. As you mentioned with the sensor, she's more than adept at countering such tactics, as we saw there.
Yeah, if you just wildly
blows
throw
of her own,
especially against somebody like Venator, and that's what I tell people. Like you can't overwhelm somebody as good as Venator, and you can't trick him. It's more about slowly picking him apart, regardless of what character you pick. That's just how he fights. That's how good he is at the game. And it's the same with any of the other pros too. Think of people like Oak, Eve, myself, or Tao back in the day as well. It's very hard to trick us. If you try tricking us, you'll usually just die.
I think I could do it, but I'm a very tricksy man.
Whoa,
okay. Some retreating cuts there. What on earth is going on there?
Amir is infinitely moving forward.
Yeah, I genuinely, I didn't tell that was lag. I thought that was an actual strategy.
Yeah,
it was sort of working out for him. And it appears a bear suffering under whatever malediction he is has lost to Platypi here this first round of the set. Let's see
No, I
what
believe
lies
you,
in the
Abir,
future.
to be clear. But Platypi seems good to go, so it's something on your end. We can try Captain Adler's host, but
He insists that it is lagging, and given how adept his gameplay normally is, I'm predisposed to believing him.
yeah, unfortunate. It's a good choice of words. Anyway,
Yes, indeed.
yeah,
Yes.
we can try.
Well, perhaps if a beer is not willing to, or not able rather, to continue this set, he's more than willing to continue, but simply not capable of getting it done. We can simply go to another duel. Yet another duel squandered, or rather dashed to pieces by technical difficulties. The solution to this, beating the man that invented a computer to death. Oh dear.
Okay, I'm joining the parsec. Join Captain Adler's parsec as well, if you can.
Oh, I see. He's playing later on today, isn't he, Captain Adler? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, good that he's standing to attention then. But since there's nothing going on the screen or the stream currently, I suppose I could go back to gloating instead. So, given that I'm on a 4-win streak, I wonder who my next opponent will be. Good that he's standing to attention then. But
Shall see.
since there's nothing going on the screen or the stream currently, I suppose I could go back to gloating instead. So, given that I'm on a 4-win streak, I wonder who my next opponent will be. Good that he's standing to attention then. But
Shall see.
since there's nothing going on the screen or the stream currently, I suppose I could go back.
Oh wait, I was hearing Bobo again. Captain Adler's playing the stream. That's what's happening. I was gonna ask
Yes,
about
exactly.
what the hell that was.
I knew what that feedback was. I could hear myself, and as much as I like the sound of my own voice, I'm not that egomaniac. Right, thank you very much for hosting, Captain Adler, as well. Other than this, I have no notes. Yes. Because he'd hear it, and then the stream would catch up to where he is, because we do have about a 15-second delay on the stream, and then that would play through again, and then so on and so on and so on.
We can redo this.
Not the sort of feedback you want to get. All right, going off from the top, we have Platypi versus a beer. You know the matchup and you know the rules, and so do I. Let's see who comes out this time. Hopefully on more favourable ground for the both of them.
Yeah, it's looking smooth for me as well, relatively speaking, so that's good.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Perhaps you are simply... Have you heard the theory in classical ethics? I believe it was Alain Descartes who said, if you have a bad internet connection, you are a bad person. Have you heard this theory
I have
before?
not, no.
Well, it's because I made it up. But what I will say is that I don't think it's true. I think you're a good person, Subata. You just have a silly Billy connection. Or perhaps you're just far away from other people. You know.
Well,
You
I
never
did
know.
reset the router and it's all good, so...
Yeah, I mean, my connection was broadly fine, given the circumstances. Though I believe Abir, he appears to be having a good time now, and he has no reason to lie. So,
well, yeah.
glad
In
we can get
Abir's
that
case,
sorted out.
I think it's more that
Oh,
his
dear.
connection is usually okay for what he usually does, but when it's farther distance, he runs into trouble. He might have lower like megabits per second available, if that makes
Indeed.
sense. It's more taxing on
I think
his
this is
system.
sensible. Double there. And most interestingly, we have music playing in the background. And, personally, I think if I were to ever end up in a title shot as a defending champ, presumptuous I know, I would play Street Fighter music in the background, non-copyrighted. or request that the host play it in the background via a YouTube video, because I think it's really cool. Another double there. And as you can see, as soon as a beer is not suffering lag, not only is he ahead in the set, but it's much more even. Latipai by no means a bad player, but an even better player when he's has the advantage of a bit of a latent opponent on his side. Latent opponent? That doesn't make any sense. A lagging opponent against him. Evening up the set so far. Looks like we're in for quite the duel, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like we're in for quite the long stream as well, given the boundless technical difficulties we've all been bumping into. A cheeky snap cut there. Ooh, another chop from the high guard of the day. And off goes with his hand. He'll never be writing any heartfelt letters ever again. Blade beat there. It's often difficult to tell when a longsword character is blade beat due to the fact that they remain in the ox guard. Oh, I couldn't tell who won or lost there, but Isabella lost apparently. It was a blink and you missed the moment. Does she have lingering stabs, Isabella? She does slightly, but nowhere near as much as Calc. That's his thing.
Yeah, I'd say less so for Isabella.
Zera sort of has lingering stabs on some of his unconventional moves, and Barbage muscling through, getting hacked at with a longsword repeatedly. He's a tough lad. We know the Ukrainians are, as the last few years have shown us, but Barbage being no exception.
Yeah, 100%.
And,
we have
the set
Cossacks
score?
here in Alberta, by the way. We have quite a Ukrainian population. Ukrainian
Really?
immigrants that were fleeing the Russian Empire, primarily. The
Oh,
Soviet
yes.
Union, especially, later on.
Oh, I see. I thought you were referring to in 2020.
Well, we have
when
people
it all
who've come
started.
here as well because of that. But yeah, like
I see.
that's been a long-standing tradition, especially Alberta.
Oh my word! A nice wrist snipe there via a stab, making Fior. Who invented Fior? Was it Fiona from Shrek?
That's a good question. And this is much more even, much more like what I was expecting to see, I think, from this fight. So that's good.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh my word! A
it's
double there. I didn't think Isabella could pull it out with her dying gasp and surprising amount of movement. She's able to bring down the sword on the bear's head.
A beer. Oh,
And
he
once
goes
again,
ham, but
going
yeah.
for the trying to overwhelm his opponent. But this one's for all the marbles. Couldn't be any more even than this. Even Stevens.
Yeah.
Both playing a defensive keel, not wanting to give an inch to their opponent. Ooh,
Oh,
attempting
nice.
to push there, but he gets them.
Yeah, Beer, I think he
Wonderful.
twitched a bit. He did it back wide. He might have cancelled it, but he did something there.
Yes.
Um,
That's the thing with the retreating cuts.
And-
They're safe until they're not. Because
yeah,
they lower your auto guard.
yeah, exactly. Granted, I don't know if it actually was back wide. That's what it looked like to me. There was some kind of feinted action that left him open.
Yep.
Nice.
Going in there again.
Trading with that longsword
Isabella-
is also difficult.
Is Isabella one of the highest damage characters in the game? She certainly feels like it.
I'd say average to above average. She, like the high guard cut hits super hard, for example. Her typical cuts, though, they hit the head a lot, and they hit the
I
arm
see.
a lot. I think that's the problem Bar runs into.
Hmm.
So, like, a snap cut to the
What's
head in this
a-
game is nasty. It will often just kill you outright, even though the damage is
A
actually
snap
not
cut.
that high.
Well, a snap cut to the head in real life is pretty bad as well.
Yeah, it'll rattle your brain, and yeah, it'll cause a lot of damage. Might even cut into your skull,
And-
too, with the longsword especially.
Yeah, which is lethal.
Yep. And the nice thing of a longsword too is you can use your hands as levers, so the snap cut is actually really fast from a sword like that. Sometimes faster
Yes,
than a
because you
saber.
can lean it forward.
Yep. Exactly.
You know, a famous Greek man, I forget which one it was. You know, they all look the same, the Greeks, all with their big beards, the ancient Greeks, I mean, before the economic crisis of 2008. They all look like that, I assume, so they ran out of oil, fluids, oil grease? What's the thing you put in your beard to make it look like beard foam, beard cream? Is it beard cream? Anyway, the point I was trying to make is that a Greek man once said, if I had a lever big enough, I could lift the world.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not wrong, technically speaking.
Nice. Retreat cut. Beer going with
Anyway.
that safe snap cut as like a jab, but Platypi simply moved back and hit his hand because he was out of measure.
It's the thing, if you can adapt in this game, you'll find nothing but success.
Yeah.
Which is why having a bag of tricks is so handy, because you can
Nice
constantly
upcut.
keep your opponent on your toes.
Yeah. Sidestep attempt.
My
You
word.
don't want to throw it naked against that high guard cut though. Nice retreat.
Unless
This
you're
is close
brave.
again.
Absolutely.
A beer, I think, occasionally is playing too linearly instead of just moving forward and throwing cuts. And Platypi
That's
is
the
often
thing.
able to weather the storm.
Yes, because surprisingly, she's very good defensively. Her auto guard, Isabella's nothing to be sneezed at. So if
Yeah.
you're standing on the line or not off center, you'll certainly encounter more than a few problems.
Yeah, a beer did something just now that was really good though. He stopped the YY combo, so he did the first one, and then he cancelled it, and then threw a second cut later than usual, and that allowed him to get a second hit.
Attempting to bait out his opponent counter tempo. The thing is, both these characters are so fast that I blink and I simply miss
Yeah,
either the lead up or the strike itself. They're an
Yeah.
excellent sidestep around
Yeah,
the day cut.
yeah, I think a beer sensed the high guard cut coming and just went for the sidestep, and that's what I was telling him. That's how you should counter it. You don't want to throw it naked against the high guard cut, but if you sense that it's coming in advance, because you know your opponent well, then you can try sidestepping and
dear.
it'll work.
Well, a nasty sidestep there, getting punished by I don't know what, decapitation by the looks of things.
Oh! Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want to outmuscle
And in a
that
matter
long
of
sword.
moments,
Yeah.
yes.
That's the
Yeah,
other
the
thing.
set has
the
been
longsword
evened
is
up.
more mass. Yeah.
Platypi eager, attempting to get a 2-0 lead, potentially leading in the set. He'd like that very much, but a beer will not be going down so easily, from what I
Yeah.
know about him.
A beer still looks locked in. I don't think he's tilted yet, which is good. That's the best version of a beer. One of the best players with Varabash ever. When he's
Well, one of the best players, I'd say.
Yeah.
He's very good. I fought him with my Zera in a casual duel once. I would say a friendly duel, but he was constantly cussing me out, so I don't know if I'd say that. But we're double there. He's a very good player. He absolutely beat the brakes off me, I
Yeah.
will say.
It's just when he loses focus, he runs into trouble. And that's by his own admission. That's the one thing.
I see.
But
Well,
he
that's
has
when
not
I
yet.
that's when
Nice.
I get my strongest performances when I lose focus. I'm bored. I want to do something else. That's when I do the funniest of attacks.
I see. That was a nice hit.
As you saw in that battle. Oh,
Mhm.
what's going on here?
A beer has
Yeah,
landed a
and you
hit,
mentioned
trying
as
to pick him
well-
apart. Mhm.
Anticipating your opponent's attacks. It's the flow state is often referred to nowadays as locking in. Certainly a thing in this game.
Yeah. Especially once you know an opponent so well, because you've fought them so many times. You know their tendencies and you capitalize immediately. Nice sidestep.
Yeah. And that evens up the set 1-1. And couldn't be closer. But well played to both of them. If draws were possible, they'd most certainly be happening at the moment.
Yeah. I'm sure they're both happy
Regardless.
with how this is going now. It's never fun to win against an
Indeed.
opponent who can't move properly, so...
Yes. It's
Even
like
less fun to
beating up a
lose, though.
geriatric. Oh, absolutely.
We've had that happen before in the early days of the server. Somebody would be lagging and still somehow manage to win. They're so funny.
Ah, well. In yesteryear, the tutorial to that game isn't all that helpful. You know, you actually
Yeah.
learn how to play the game 60 hours in,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
say. Yeah, because I remember learning that Jacek, the character in the story mode who you first play as,
Yeah.
he's apparently mocapped by one of the greatest longsword and saber fencers in the world, apparently the
Yes.
greatest. But when I
Yeah.
play him, he's a bomb. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that. At the very least, when I was starting out, he was a bomb.
Yeah.
I spent at least hours on some of those bosses against Mariana and what have you.
Yeah, he's tough to use at first. It's an interesting pick for a main character. Usually you want a main character to be sort of plug and play type of character. But
Like
Yazek
Ryu,
is not
for
that.
instance.
Yeah.
Well, none of the characters are too simple in this game. Who's the easiest character to play for an absolute newbie to this game? Would you say?
I'd say Jan.
I mean, I would go. What's
Isabella
his face?
Isabella is
Yeah.
interesting because she's complex, but I think she's still relatively straightforward to pick up and play.
She's strong enough that the complexity of playing her is generally outweighed by her general strengths of range and damage.
Yeah. Nice snap cut. So the skill ceiling is
wrist
high,
roll.
the skill floor is sort of low with her.
Yes. As you say, that's the trying to get onto the ground floor here. Platypi desperately trying to get into the set as they win their first round. But a bear seems to have kicked into high gear here as he's speeding off with the game.
Yeah. He's
Score
really
is currently
fast with Barbash.
5-1.
Yeah.
Indeed. He's a very good Barbash. Few players as scary as him. Nasty. Yes. Okay, here's a question for my fellow commentator here. If you had to fight with your HEMA experience, any of these characters in a fight to the death, so you were in this void, who would you want to fight?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would probably want to fight Calc, to be honest. And I say that
That's a fair point.
because most of his experience, as per the game, is from books. He learned how to fight from
Yes.
books, not from actual experience. I actually value experience killing people and fighting people much higher than simple academic
Indeed.
experience. So I would go with Calc.
That is true. But he's a very fancy man, so I feel like his sheer wealth might be off-putting.
Yeah, he is older
As we
too,
all know.
so I
No.
also have that advantage.
Yeah, that's true. You could Gideon. He's exceptionally old. I mean,
Yeah, but he's like a veteran or something, though. I don't know. He seems pretty quick
he is,
for his.
and he's got a chip on his
age.
shoulder, which you never want to encounter.
Yeah.
Oh, it appears we're having a character change here. A change of strategy, perhaps, from Platypi. Never mind. They're going for the exact same strategy they were before.
What about Yendrik?
Yes.
I think the axe is really dangerous, actually. So I don't know
It
if I would
is.
fight
I
him.
would want to fight Yendrik though, because I could just run in and stab him and pray that
yeah.
he doesn't double me. That's what I'd do, because
Fair
I don't
enough.
have any experience whatsoever with HEMA other than swinging a baseball bat around, copying
Yeah.
attacks in this game. So I'd just go for a big stab with a long sword.
Yeah. It's possible he hasn't really fought against a longsword or a rapier before, too. They're not super common where he's from. Sabers, yes,
That's
but not
true.
the other weapons.
He does have experience as a career criminal, however, so he definitely has experience fighting.
Yeah.
Since he was the second in command for Jakub and
Yeah.
Samuel. So he has to know a thing or two about a thing or two.
I would consider Marta as
Okay.
well. She also feels like she's more academic because she learned from her father or something how to fight with a rapier, but doesn't like
See.
go out and kill people very much. The Samuel thing, that
For money.
whole story is more of an exception, from what I understand, out of revenge.
Yes.
Whereas Marie, she's a bit of a rogue. She's a spy out on her own a lot. I suspect she has some experience fighting people, especially given she's
Absolutely.
based on that Jules woman. So
Yes, the one that the medieval trans woman.
yeah,
I think y'all know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes. But here again, Barbage, this time in his default colours, not trying to trick us with the colour red.
yeah.
Matching colours with Isabella, they could be a married couple. With the way they're beating each other up.
Mm-hmm.
But Platypi currently is in the lead.
Yeah.
With the score of 2-4 currently in Platypi's favour. But it could all change rapidly, given the speed of these two combatants.
nice.
Nasty snap cut there.
Yeah, overwhelms the guard. That is something you can do in this game sometimes, is you can compromise the guard simply by doubling up your attack.
I see. Well, tell me, as a real HEMA fighter, from time to time, I don't dabble, but I know
Yeah.
you do. How realistic is the also guard in this game of an experienced fencer seemingly parrying every blow?
So, I think, especially in this current state, we're seeing hands being hit a lot more often, and gaps being exploited. I think in the current state, actually, this game has it pretty close to the reality for a game. It's
Yes.
definitely not perfect, and obviously the concept of auto guard itself is unrealistic. But I think it's what allows us to make the game as fast as it is, because if you
Yes.
didn't have auto guard, you'd have to manually parry all of these cuts. And with the delay that we
Yeah.
experience on Parsec, the delay you experience with the input of the controller, because every game
The
has
human delay,
delay.
of course.
Yeah. Your body does a good job of making it seem like you're hitting your buttons right away, and you're getting the inputs right away. But the reality of it is that's not actually what's happening. There's still a full, like it's a bit more than a quarter second between what you're inputting and what's actually
Yes.
happening on the screen. So,
And of course, I'm quite clumsy, so in my reaction times, I'll see something coming and think, oh, bugger. And then
yeah.
I'll die.
And positioning matters in this game too, which I like. Maybe it's a bit unrealistic that people stand there going, huh, when they get sidestepped, but at least it's forcing you to reposition though, like you would in real life, so I like that. So...
And now imagine you could take someone off guard with a sidestep. They weren't seeing it coming.
The most unrealistic part is probably the long guard, because it's not a bad idea to bind with an opponent who's trying to stab you, but there are other things you can do besides long guard if your opponent is stabbing, like a simple parry.
You could
to the
smack
left.
their blade out the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, or sidestep.
But
I mean,
think
that is. I was watching Russ Mitchell talking about the Focus and how it can actually be used in surprisingly. Platypi wins that one, evening the set to all. I think. But yeah, he was talking about the Focus and how to parry cuts and stabs, and you can use the heft and weight of the blade, or the axe rather, to batter it to the side before battering your opponents.
Yeah, and he's actually been on record saying if Yendrick had all of those tools available, he'd be a broken character and it wouldn't be a good game. And
yeah,
that goes
because
for the
his
other
biggest weakness
too.
would be... Yes, of course. There are compromises we make in the name of game design, and one of Yendrick's biggest weaknesses is that he effectively can't block for love nor money.
Yeah. And it is, if you block incorrectly with the axe, it actually is a weakness that you have to work around. Even like the techniques that Rush shows, like you have to maintain a certain distance to make sure the axe head is actually doing what it's supposed to, because otherwise you're exposed to various attacks.
Absolutely. And one of the Russ Mitchell's techniques that he did show me was just hit your opponent with the blunt end as if it were a spear. Sort of motion, and that seems like very powerful. It's something that's not in the game that he could theoretically use.
He actually does have that in the game. It just doesn't do damage. There is a move where he does thrust you in the face. It's not used very often because it's not that helpful, but it is there.
Right. It would be in a bind or a typical duel, I imagine.
Yeah, in the game
it's
not so much because
nerfed.
it's just a stun, but like there's other things you could do, but. Yeah, in real life...
Of course, in real life, getting stunned, not the best in the world.
Yeah, and even with stuff like quarterstaff, people think, oh, you just bonk him with the stick. Surely that's the default attack. Believe it or not, in the fighting systems we have, usually it's a stab. You thrust with the staff to the face, or to the neck, or to even the chest, or the gut. That would also really hurt an opponent. And it's because it's a safer move. And it's something that you can use to start an offensive with, and then you can transition to other attacks, much like other polearms.
Exactly. Yes.
So you have to think of the
because
staff
polearms
as a
are very
polearm.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Indeed. Oh, a stun there, but not finding any recourse. A beer kicking into high gear here. He's set to run away with the game.
I thought his stick mash
score
does
currently
damage.
2-5 in a beer's favor.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Popcorn, good question. So, Yendrick's bashes cause stamina damage. They don't cause health, like damage to the HP.
Yes. You can recover from them quite easily. Although, if you were repeatedly bashed over the head with the blunt end of a staff, in real life, I don't know too many people that will recover from that so quickly.
Yeah. That sounds like not even just a concussion. I think that would be like a brain injury.
Severe head trauma.
Yeah. CTI, I think that's called, or something.
CTE.
Yes,
Yes. That's also known as being punch drunk. You never want to get punch drunk. Muhammad Ali in his later fights. If you look up some of the gimmick fights he did after he ran out of money, he returned to boxing in his 40s. Very sad. Don't look up those fights. It'll ruin the illusion. Just focus on the Rumble in the Jungle.
Beer's about to win, actually,
Anyway.
I believe.
Yeah, as we were talking
amazing.
here, getting a bit off topic. Beer's made an excellent comeback here, focusing up.
Oh! But Beer has to lock in. He cannot get tilted here, or Platypi will find a way.
Platypi is not letting this game slip through his fingers so easily.
Yeah.
Is Platypi a man? I imagine Platypi's a man.
He is, yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's
Trying to
actually from my
overwhelm his
hometown,
opponent.
too. He could be my next door neighbor for all I know. Yeah, we haven't actually met yet, but we live in the same city.
He's spying on you.
We should, though,
But
because
the two
we're both
very
interested in
defensive
HEMA. And I'll let you guys know if we
so
do.
you could
we'll
whack
duel.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should video it and send me it, and I'll backseat you. Someone who's never fought in HEMA before, but I have swung a stick before, which gives me some level of expertise, I think.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
And now it's anybody's game at this point. Oh, grab!
Oh,
Amir
trying
really
to finish
wants
off with a grab. That'll
That
be a
could've been
very
bad.
flashy finish.
Yeah.
And Platypi with their back against the walls here. Attempting to catch
Oh,
their
that's
opponent
it.
on the way in.
Yeah.
Doesn't
nice.
quite get it done. And Abir takes the set. Very well done to him. And will you be hosting again? Because Abir overcame the lag. He overcame his issues. Sort of like a disabled man in a wheelchair, learning how to walk again.
Yeah,
and he got it done.
I think if we have some other EU fights, we'll look to Captain Adler if needed, but I think I'll host the remainder. Since for the most part, it's been okay.
Listen, I'm in the UK. I barely experienced that much lag.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think Abir's connection is fine usually, but I think it's just a little bit too taxing sometimes when somebody's far, which happens if your provider's not giving you enough megabits per second, then there's not much you can do. Okay. Maestro against Info. Yeah, I think we'll use mine if we can for this one. But we will switch if needed.
Yes. And here we go. And thank you again to Captain Adler for hosting that most wonderful of duels. I think by far my favourite duel today was the first one we started off on, the incredible comeback that was dashed against the waves.
Yeah.
And that was Plebeian versus... who was it? Plebeian versus someone or other. I don't know. Well, they didn't win. If they want their name remembered,
Pico,
they win. Pico, yeah, there you go. Or whatever.
And we're
Host isn't
nearing
sending
the
any
end of
video
the
data.
event, which is good. We got 4 more fights. Actually, Piper said he wants to fight, so hopefully Piper
5 more
sticks
fights,
around.
bloody hell. I must say, the waning summer sun still draining me of my energy. I might retire at some point, but I'm good to go for the time being.
No worries. At least I've had lunch. I had coconut curry soup, which was really good. And I will not lie, it was canned, but this particular brand was really good. Maestro on the left, Info on the right. And it was on the thick side too. It's not like almost a stew consistency, which I like
see.
for a curry like that.
Terribly sorry, old chap. I was getting a drink, trying
no
to
worries.
stay hydrated in these times.
As you should, yeah.
I'd hate to think you were being, yes. I'd hate to think you thought I was being rude, but trying to join the game now. I did hear everything. I have wireless headphones.
Nice.
And what was I saying? I'm getting the client error again. Oh dear. Well, we'll just keep talking then.
All right.
Oh, I'm tired. Yes, but I'm happy you had a coconut soup. I didn't realise they made those.
Yeah, but there's a lot of that stuff in Canada. We have quite a few Indian people, just like the UK around here, so we're very familiar with curry and stuff like that.
I see.
Something I didn't know, though, by the way, is the British Navy actually brought curry to Japan. Curry is not native to Japan. They had it brought in from, yeah, essentially. So the curry in Japan was based on like British curry made by the Navy, which was in turn based on, of course, Indian curry. But I had no idea.
I see. I had no idea either. Curry and the Japanese, I figured they just had that one figured out.
Yeah,
but they were
just
very
like everyone else.
isolationist for a very long time, so
Yeah.
they didn't trade much.
Yeah, they didn't have access to the same degree of spices, I guess, that India did.
Yes. So it is popular there in this day and age. Well, I think I'm going to have you love you and leave you. I rather tire of this, and I think I shall
No
retire.
worries. Yeah,
but
it's been
I've had a
fun.
wonderful time playing, and I wish
Yep.
you luck in your own match.
Thank you. Catch you later.
So long.
Yep.
So long. Bye-bye.
And Maestro with a nice flash there. Immediately capitalizing on the opening. Nice punishment there, and a double. You can, yeah, Max. Just wait a moment, just because they're in the middle of the fight, and then I'll let you in. Well, actually, you can probably just join if you're an organizer. Feel free to pop in the comms. You're probably watching anyway, so from your screen. And I'll let you in Parsec if needed, but I don't think... Yeah, you guys are at the same house, so that's kind of pointless. Nice by Maestro. Marie just able to exert more pressure. I don't know why Info is determined to use Marta. Maybe Max will have some insight on that when we let him in. I don't think he's able to join just yet, but we'll let him in after this round. Nice cut to the belly there, squirting some blood. And Maestro just goes in with the dash thrust. Seems to be very good in this matchup, which I'm not surprised by, actually. Inquartada. And a lunge. Yeah, Marie's lunging footwork makes it very difficult for Marta to adapt. Alright, Max. Let's let you in.
Alright, hello everyone, So, you had a question, Subutai, about why Info is...
Sure, I am the Marie. Sure,
yeah, you
sure,
look like
not? I don't!
Okay. Well, anyways, the reason why she's using Marta so much is because she's very stubborn. And that's the only reason. She knows that Marta sucks. She has said it multiple times to me. But she will not stop until she succeeds.
The sort of things that suck.
Oh, so like Marie, it's the same type of dynamic, I see.
Yes, I guess now that Marie is more mainstream due to the recent buff she got. Well, Info being the pioneer and the... yeah, the pioneer she is. She wanted to try something new, maybe give Marta a new life now that she's the least popular, one of the least popular characters in the game.
Yeah.
So I remember you and Bobo talking about some sort of curry, and this, I don't know how I know this, I just know. Curry, as we know it right now, is not actually the Indian curry. So what happened was, during, as we know, the British colonized India, as it was a very huge hub for trade, spices, and fabric. Well,
No way.
they discovered something called curry. It was not curry with double R's. It was very phonetic. Kare. This was an Indian spice that was made from I forgot the name in the English language, but it's curcuma or something like that.
Cumin, yeah.
It's
She'll survive that. Why not?
yeah, she of course she did. You're playing Martha after all. But yeah, anyways,
Okay.
the curry that was discovered then was featured in a cookbook made by a certain Anne. I forget the surname. Anne. It was a British person named Anne, and Anne, who discovered curry, made curry chicken, and this curry chicken recipe has been modified throughout the ages, and now curry is not quite as accurate to what it was earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, food
So-
develops over time, so I actually don't find that super surprising. It's super interesting though. Because I knew Britain like has its own version of curry, despite people saying like they don't like spices there. They absolutely do.
Oh, absolutely! They conquered worlds for it. Actually, that's how much they
Yeah.
like it.
It just so happens that the native British cuisine doesn't have a lot of spices, just because they didn't have many in their homeland. That's all it is.
Yeah,
But I think it's wholesome in its own way, though. I don't think it's bad food. It's just different.
Mhm. I think you yourself said it in one of my. I had a question for you, a culinary question about
no.
Mongolian cuisine, if you remember that. You said that they didn't have a lot of spices as well, and the spice in Mongolian food only developed earlier. Later, as the Khan conquered. What was it? Like all of Asia? How much of Asia did
So
Khan conquer?
most of Asia, he did not conquer India, but he got close to India, and it wasn't just Genghis who did that. Like his those who came after him also carried on the conquest, but they took China. They took basically the entirety of the Middle East. They took much of what's now Russia. They even went into Poland and Hungary. They didn't conquer those territories, but they made them tributaries. They made them pay tribute for a little bit and caused havoc there. So that's how far they went. And they even tried attacking Vietnam, but that didn't go super well. History rhymes quite a bit, as you can tell with that one.
Yes, it does.
Vietnam
Not
is
very well.
really hostile terrain.
Yeah, it's very weird. I thought only the Vietnam War was the case where much poorer equipped and less powerful country wins against a massive superpower. Because, as we all know, the Mongolian Empire was quite the superpower at the time. Like you said, conquering even the likes of Poland.
Yeah.
Well, not conquering, making them pay tribute.
The Mongols
very
didn't
interesting.
take Afghanistan, though. People say Afghanistan is the graveyard of empires. Not the Mongol Empire, though. The Mongols swooped in and took it, so. And
Really?
Kazakhstan,
But-
Uzbekistan, like those types of places, too.
Well, of course, it wasn't called Uzbekistan at the time. It was just the land that is currently Uzbekistan. Is that okay?
Yeah, a lot of
I
that
have a-
territory is like the Khwarezmian Empire and stuff like that.
I have a question. What
Oh,
makes
sure,
Vietnam so resistant to attackers, even if they outnumber and out strengthen the defenders?
I think it's just that it's tons of jungle. It's just very difficult terrain to move through, so if you're used to fighting on open fields, especially if cavalry or just fighting conventionally in general, it's very, very difficult. So the Vietnamese have developed a method of fighting in the jungle that's quite a bit different and is adapted to their homeland. And so over time it becomes very difficult to sustain a campaign. And jungle is actually, it's very tough, believe it or not, to get drinkable water in that type of environment because
Really?
it doesn't settle on the ground so easily in a lot of spots. Like often it's just swallowed up by the plant life and stuff. And so you dehydrate really quickly in the heat, and it can be very difficult to actually get usable water in some parts of the jungle.
I think what actually a lot of the Vietnamese success. I remember seeing a video about that. A lot of Vietnamese success during the Vietnam War in the 60s and 70s was just American troops very foolishly drinking river water, which was
Yeah.
full of malaria and typhus, I believe.
Yeah, all
Oh,
sorts
so
of
you-
diseases. And there's bugs too. You can't discount the malaria, mosquitoes, and yellow
Oh, what?
fever, all this
GG's.
other stuff.
Yeah, nice, GG's. Subotai, if it's fine, can we stay on the parsec so I can watch the gameplay live?
Yeah, that's fine. Maestro did great there with Marie. I think it's just a tough matchup.
It is not a good one.
Oh, military. Someone told me I can ask. Vietnam. Okay, plebeian has a very paragraph to say. Vietnamese suffered drastically more casualties than the U.S. in that war. So,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the other thing is they're defending their homeland and they're fighting as guerrillas. They're not fighting conventionally. So that's not to say it was easy on the people. It definitely wasn't. But essentially the US in that war, they were sending troops on search and destroy missions. They're like, go find some Viet Cong, go destroy them type of thing. Instead of taking tangible objectives. So my understanding is operationally speaking, the US was completely misguided in that war. And they were focused on just bombing the shit out of any enemies that sort of rose up and attacked them.
Oh yeah, typical American shock and all.
Yeah.
Just
Which
yeah,
doesn't
this
work
is
in that type of environment.
Why not in that type of environment though? Don't they have napalm? Don't they have bombs? I think a bomb falling in a jungle does the same damage as it does in open field, no?
It does a lot, but how do you know you're attacking VC and not just villagers? And if you anger those villagers, maybe you're creating more Viet Cong, more people who will fight against you in the long term. And it's down to the will to fight, really. The Vietnamese still wanted to continue fighting. The Americans were like, we're losing too much manpower. Maybe we'll win eventually, but it's just way too expensive. And so they left.
Okay, that makes sense.
Wow, it's like every war that has been fought in the last, like, I don't know, 50
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, it's
And
a
again-
war of attrition.
And again, operationally speaking, I think the US was completely misguided too, because like in the Second World War, the Allies had it together, right? They were like, we got to take this territory in this amount of time, and then we have clear objectives to defeat the Nazis. Whereas in Vietnam, it's just like, let's go get them. In simple terms, a lot of times battles were like that, and you might kill some VC that way, but you might not destroy their will to fight or their ability to fight if you're just going around trying to find them.
Especially since, like, partisan warfare and guerrilla warfare is like absolute hell. Like, at least in cities, but in forest? Oh my god, what are you doing? Like, try to find like, I don't know, a 10-person strike team in a city is like hell on itself.
And public
That's
opinion too in the US was. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like,
Was it actually? Didn't the Vietnam War spawn the whole hippie movement? You know,
It
pacifists
is. I mean,
and like anti-war pro. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because I don't know if people know this movie. It's a pretty old movie called Full Metal Jacket. You could see there was a soldier named Joker. He had the peace sign pin on his uniform.
are you calling War Metal Jacket? Like,
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal...
Yeah.
An old movie?
It is an old movie.
It's not that old.
It's very old.
Relatively old.
Yeah. Isn't it like...
No, an old movie is like an old movie.
There you
blah,
go.
blah, blah, blah. It's like Machen in uniform.
No,
it's from...
yeah, I know. The... well, maybe we will not say that in the
Why?
commentary.
It's just a lesbian movie from the...
Yeah, it's okay. So for
between.
those that don't know, the Mädchen in Uniform is a lesbian movie, which was quite provocative and controversial at the time. No?
Yes.
Yeah, from the Third Reich.
It was not from the Third Reich. It was before the Third Reich.
When what year?
Before the Nazis.
What,
it was
what year?
1928, I think, or 30. I can look it up.
Well, didn't actually Subutai? When did the Nazis take power in Germany?
It was actually
1930s.
on a play.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an original. It's based on a play.
Yeah, it seems
31.
Yeah, it's 31. So it seems that it was a Third Reich movie. But like the early stages, maybe the anti-homosexual propaganda wasn't as widespread back then. But we're diverging.
It was based on a
Theater play.
Yes. It isn't like it was like being made before.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
And it was. It's a classic. God damn it!
Nobody watched it.
I know.
Nobody watches your lesbian movies, Infams.
That I have one.
1, 2.
No, I do not have two. I do have a second lesbian movie.
I have lesbian novels on the shelf
I
to
have
my left.
none of them are lesbian.
You're
None of them are Dutch shelf.
There's yaoi right there.
That's not lesbian. That's yaoi.
Oh my god. Okay, well, whatever. We will not
That's
discuss
boys
it.
love. That's hard. You cannot tell me Heartstop is a lesbian
Okay,
novel.
fine.
And it's
Okay,
not even a novel. It's a comic book.
it's the same thing. It's just with pictures. Whatever. Subutai, I remember you talking even earlier with Bobo about how sticks were, like getting hit with a stick, of course, hurts.
Mhm.
And we have actually, if people in the chat know, and if you know, of course, the famous Japanese swordmaster Miyamoto Musashi, that's very dirty tactics he did. He would show up late to his duels. He would sneak attack his opponent.
That's
It's Miyamoto Musashi.
yeah, but this
And his first opponent he dueled, he just straight up beat up with a stick and killed him. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean? Real? How do you know?
And I know from experience, like the quarterstaff was the first weapon I ever trained with. Boy, does that thing pack a punch. Compared to a longsword fetter or anything like that, or even a regular longsword, just the percussive impact of that staff is a sight to behold. And the speed that you can manipulate that thing with as well, if it's good wood.
Yeah, because doesn't it have a lot of leverage when you like grip it at the very end, when you fully extend your range? Don't you have like the most amount of leverage you can have? And that is what makes the percussive impact. Okay, this is
makes
interesting.
it so fast too. That's what allows you to switch directions when you thrust. And so that's why a spear is so good, is you have that advantage, but then you don't have to apply much effort to just pierce your opponent.
Yeah, this is something I wanted to tell everyone, because there's a misconception that longswords are actually less maneuverable than one-handed swords because they're two-handed for some. It's game logic. It's actually not like that at all.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the snap cuts too. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
longswords
really
are actually
fast.
more maneuverable because you have 2 points of leverage. Well, you have still 2 points of leverage in a one-handed sword, but they are much weaker than a two-handed sword. And this allows the longsword to be both relatively actually light, but still very long and extremely maneuverable. If you see longsword competitions in HEMA, a lot of them are actually quite faster, I would say, than some of saber fights. You can see the fights transition instantly from like Krieg to like very point blank Zwerchhau throwing. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of, because I cannot really tell what's going on most of the time. A longsword is definitely, I would say, one of the. No, in a second.
Miyamoto Musa, the stick thing didn't happen.
Sure.
We are not even sure if his rival existed.
Okay.
I think
we can be pretty sure he was a killer swordsman, and I think we can be pretty sure he taught students. He has his book, and I think we can also be pretty sure at least half of what's said about him is correct. But I think if even half of it is correct, that still makes him a legendary swordsman. You don't make legends about somebody like that who was an imbecile in real life. Like, he obviously did a lot of amazing stuff with the sword.
No,
that's why he's so famous.
A lot of famous characters from his stories are fake. They didn't exist, fictional.
But he's not fake, is the thing,
no,
right?
The Swordsman is no. Miyamoto Musashi existed, but his greatest rival was an obscure person in history, and some even believe that it was a fictional person.
Yeah, he was obscure because he died, and that was the only.
Sometimes that's all there is to it. And
Yep.
I'm of the opinion that yes, there might be some things about him that are embellished, but that
He was
doesn't take away from his achievements. That if there's stories that are told about somebody like that, there's some version of the truth in there. So.
Though
And
we do have multiple cases now of famous people just overplaying their achievements.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Hitler said that, well, yes, he did receive the Iron Cross as a mere private in the World War. He said later that he captured like 500 soldiers in the World War One.
Yeah.
Yeah, he totally did that.
So here's what I would say. He's probably not like the best swordsman of all time. I think that would be rather silly to say. I do think he was really good though.
No,
it's not easy to enter Japanese Legend. Like people who enter at Japanese Legend are usually pretty badass warriors, and there's other people who are often underplayed, but they're in the history record in the first place because they were good. Most samurai were just nobodies who never make it into the history books. We don't even know their names. Because they're like 10% of the population, which is a small portion, but it's like Polish nobility. That's still a fair chunk of people. Yep. And most of them are not known. They're just nobodies who fought for their lord, and that's it. We don't know who they were.
Well,
or
interesting.
Some of them are Ronin,
now
too.
the Ronin.
Okay.
Well, the fight is actually amazing. I would say.
Because Martha actually has a good matchup against Easy.
Does she?
Yes, she does.
What?
Yeah, she does have a good matchup against Easy.
Oh, interesting.
Mostly because her side steps are very good, and
Isabella, of course, being the main center character.
Yeah. She can also blade beat her, unlike Marie. So long guarding is not an option, and her dash can go, and most of her actually Easy's head. So one, and back in the day you could like blade beat it X.
Okay, interesting. Though of course the damage is
damage
black and
is
white
to be
matchup.
Yeah, and I see her guard is actually.
Yeah, I see it. I see it right now. And surprisingly, she doesn't get blade beat.
And some other attacks that I would. Those are something help one players.
I'm guessing that Rats is the one playing on the left side right now.
Also, pushes.
Yeah, I see. Well, Rats is of course doing an absolutely excellent job of demonstrating what Info just said. Doing extremely well in a matchup that is otherwise, you would expect Marta to struggle a lot against Easy, being, the lesser one of the two rapiers.
Okay, Marta doesn't struggle. Marta is actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Your winning record shows that.
Okay, sure.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No. Sure.
Okay, and a feint there.
But against Marie, she struggles a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and against Barabash, and against Sam, and against Jan.
Let's see. Will Ratzer be able to close this out?
Every saber struggles against Barabash. It's Barabash.
Who is playing Isabella? I would guess it's
Captain
Usami.
Adler.
Oh, Captain Adler. Well, Captain Adler, of course.
He might well win.
We see a measure from him. Actually, that's predicting that high guard attack very neatly there, because for those that don't know, that attack actually bypasses auto guard quite heavily on Isabella. Very good pressure tool.
Marta should get like a punch buff.
She should, yeah.
Most of her, especially on the wrist. Like with Marie, at least when you hit a wrist, have a pretty big chance of killing instantly.
Mm-hmm.
But Marta just hits her wrist and does.
Rats attempted a push there and got. Well, he got. He got swept off his legs there. Sorry. No, it's literally what happened.
But like.
Yeah, it's okay. Whatever. You're the one. I get it.
It's fine. Nice. Okay. Yeah, let me know if that changes, guys. They say a little bit of lag, but it's fine, which is expected. So.
Go nuts! You'll do amazing.
Yes, you're doing amazing, guys.
Ooh, now Kag! That's a good pick for
Yeah, that's I think one of the better calcs on the server. And against Azera, this is gonna be a very well balanced match.
Very good cat for
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
that
nice.
was good. Radler throwing some cuts. Ooh. Good exchange so far.
Well, both fighters keeping a pretty safe distance. I think they're trying to think about next. Dejera attempting blade beat there. I know that move blade beats, even if you're not in long.
Ooh, a nice sidestep.
Captain Adler appears to be playing quite clumsily.
Oh,
but
and a chop there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A thrust out of measure into a snap cut. This is probably one of my favorite attacks to do on Calc. Hits the head, extremely fast, very good range.
Yeah. So far,
Zara,
I haven't seen Captain
Ariel?
Adler play Zara that much, to be honest. I think it's showing. He's kind of struggling to keep up.
He is, but maybe another character change will help him win the next one. Okay, well...
Nice.
Oh my! Follow
Follow
up from that.
Yeah, that was great.
I didn't know that's a combo that exists, but well, Regic, she never.
Sidesword is very like certain like with Sidesword they really like doing like upcuts like this from the cut and then up. Very good for blade beats.
Yeah.
With the bait this one, and then you can follow up with anything. To be honest, probably a thrust.
They also do a lot of the like 1-2 cuts, but they sort of cut from the right side and cut from the left, and then they switch up the tempo out of nowhere when you think you can punish them cutting out of measure like that, and then they catch you with the snap cut or some other attack.
Yeah, I think also like a great character that should have like the attack linking instead of Hassan should be Kalk, mostly because like Sidesword is very much all about, especially Mayors, like long attack strings that are supposed to like make your enemy think of a certain tempo.
Yeah, I think Calc is more Bolognese actually, but you do see that from what little I've seen in Bolognese, like that type of stuff as well. Big surprise with similar weapons. So
Bolognese, however, puts a very special pressure on immediately countering another blow. So let's say you are in a duel and you hit someone lethally, but they still have that little bit of gas left where they try to hit you again. Bolognese is all about teaching how to parry that and follow it up with another, and a whiff from Razik and scap another.
Probably expected a thrust from.
Nice try though.
Oh,
again, nice try. Just
again!
missed it.
Very
and Captain Adler hitting the. Oh, I don't know if I can say that word. Bobo taught me how this thrust is called. He calls that thrust a very specific way that is not quite safe for YouTube audiences. And he taught me never to use it, but apparently it works pretty well.
Oh, nice! What?
No,
it's
what?
Captain Adler. Captain Adler, some really crude, and I'm not saying this to hate on him, of course. That's Zera's moveset for you. Just really crude, sort of stumbling thrusts that are somehow overcoming this really stylish gameplay by Radzik. as
Yeah,
he's hoping to make a comeback.
It's like that one Indiana Jones scene where the one swordsman is showing up. He just
Yeah.
pulls out a gun and
Yeah,
Jesus.
just forward Y, long guard Y. Moves there. That's all you need.
Obviously, there's not much to it.
Nice.
Oh, and the kite step, read like a book. Great, great from Ratsi. Amazing. We love to see that.
Oak also agreeing that this movie is horrible, but Oak, I have video evidence that it actually does really well.
Good job.
Yes.
And now for the final one.
Is it a fact?
Well, it might be.
I don't know. Well, Radzik going with Laszlo and Captain Eller go. It's called Laszlo. In Hungarian, you do a lot of shit.
Laszlo, it's Hungarian, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's Laszlo. It's not Laszlo. It's Laszlo. What are you looking at me? Where are you looking at me?
Me?
Uh-huh.
What country are we right now?
We're in Poland.
But Laszlo
Okay.
is Hungarian, so... Like, that's the whole...
Grzegorz Brzęczyszczykiewicz, yes, but like we still.
Wąż Rzeczowicza?
Huh?
Powiat Łękołody?
No, you say it wrong. It's Grzegorz
wiem.
Brzęczyszczykiewicz, Chrząszczyszowoszyce, powiat Łękołody.
Grzegorz Węczyszczykiewicz, Chrząszczy, Rzekowice, Powiat Łękołody.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, they say a lot of sh in Hungarian.
They say a lot of shit in Polish too.
But even more in Hungarian, trust me.
No,
If you read Arlo's like Hungarian
Well,
saber,
that's why the Fokos is the Fokos, not the Fokos.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
They do have the S sound in Hungarian too, though. It's just
Ooh,
for
that
different
was nice.
combinations of letters.
What is going on?
Yeah!
Laszlo has such little range. It's crazy to see, but when you actually play him, you realize that he doesn't have a lot of range. He has similar range to Marina, from what I found. And
Yeah, but the move speed, look at that!
Yeah, this matchup is quite a polar opposite. Tarnowski being a slow, heavy-hitting fighter, and Laszlo being a very fast, but well, not heavy-hitting.
Ooh, and
fighter.
did not trade well.
Well, of course he didn't trade well. It's Tarnowski.
And it's Laszlo too, it has to be said. I know people make a lot of propaganda about his weakness. I think they exaggerate it, but it is true, nevertheless, that he does not hit quite as hard. A trade will not benefit him.
Instantly. Got hit once, tired.
Sure. Well, this is what happens when they don't. Oh my god, and a clean up in Captain Adder winning a point there. Despite it's still visibly hitting his head. Oh, happens.
There you
Ooh, and the chop there.
That was surprising, but good job, Radzik.
Nice.
Oh,
Catch him on the whiff.
That was bread and butter, Laszlo there. Just move out of the range. Quick counter. Easy.
Both trying to snipe each other.
Uh-huh.
Not wanting to
They seem to-
overcommit.
Yeah. They seem to try and bait each other into doing
Oh,
an
and... Okay.
What?
It was a body
yeah,
hit,
well-
not a head hit. So
Yeah!
Oh, body hit with Laszlo.
yeah, body hit with Laszlo not gonna kill Tarna, I'm afraid.
Ooh, and off the hand.
Very good hand snipe there, though.
Yeah.
That was perfect measure too.
Tana really like Cap doing some good baits here. Tana's
Yeah.
second intentions and actually sometimes doing like a first intention to just
Yeah, playing against Tarna is really... It's really stressful, I would say. It's
a little.
it's a waiting simulator. You don't really know.
Yeah.
And you don't know if you're gonna miss the chance. It's like someone
Ah,
pressing
and
a gun
Mari
here. Oh, Mari Mirror, yes, finally. We've been waiting for this. Mari Mirror.
Okay, so Cap is on the left, Ratzik is on the right.
So far, the duel
Oh, Cap got
Oh,
first
never mind.
tap in,
doesn't kill.
doesn't kill. It's a forward.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and the lunge.
What can you say about the lunge info?
The first lunge is good, the second one is useless.
And she's wrong.
I am not!
Oh,
I
missed
close.
the triangle.
Triangle again. Yeah,
Nice
this
side
match
step.
has. Yeah,
The second launch has only a couple uses, and it's when your first one doesn't connect and you can connect with the second
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Other one, it's shit. Don't do it like others. Do this first one, and like do it like you do turn as second intentions. Like combo.
Okay, sure.
Look at the distance and think about it. Can I? Ooh, the cut there. Oh, nice string
I
there.
think that was a true combo there.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Not a single frame to react, just insta-locked to death. The duel was pretty much over.
Well, the blades
and
get
the double-
tied up, but the grab,
and
nice.
A bind into a pretty close grappling match there. Fabrice
Yeah.
actually mentions that a lot.
Yeah, it does happen sometimes with rapiers, and it gets messy when that happens. It's
For
often,
the
especially if daggers, you can imagine, like, both people get stabbed when that happens. That's why I keep saying knife fighting is suicidal, borderline. If you get close like that with daggers, it's bad.
Oh, try to grab.
Oh,
Oh, lovely. Just panic. That
Yeah,
was
just
neutral.
Why thrust with a rapier anyways?
Yeah,
Slash
just-
at the head.
Oh, blade away, blade away.
oh, and he paid for it. He paid for it.
Got
Yeah.
to lucky there.
Get the cutty.
Yeah, you can't showboat too much in this type of a matchup. That range that you think you're safe might
My
be
God.
a lot further away.
That high guy is
Reality.
completely wrong.
Yeah, okay.
The up.
You can get on your Fabrice rant in a second.
Okay, so like Mari's up guard is completely wrong based on like Fabrice manual, because what it is a modified guard that you use when you have a rapier and a dagger. And Mari does not have a dagger, and her footwork is wrong.
Yeah. So how that guard works in real Fabrice manuals is you stand both feet close together like you would normally.
And you bend forward.
Yeah, you bend forward with with both of your parrying weapons, which is the rapier and the dagger, being next to your head.
Yeah.
This presents 0 openings, and you also the only opening is the head.
Yes, the head is the
Yeah,
opening.
there's always
Yeah,
an opening. I get what you mean, yeah.
And this provides.
Isn't this like 3-1 right now?
I
It's
don't know.
2-2.
Oh, okay.
Okay, who went with Connor? I think Captain Eller went with Connor there, no?
Yeah.
Didn't
he did.
Rats like? Wait, Rats went with Marie. Oh yeah, Marta. Marta got lost. Yeah.
Marta lost, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
and again.
it's okay, it's just a combo, calm down.
It's a.
Just a combo, calm down.
It was
Yeah,
perfect.
Connor hates being blade
So
beat.
that's,
The back one.
so that's blade beat on Connor, of course, being very brutal.
Yes. Okay, so and the problem with the upguard is because Mari doesn't have the dagger, and she does not do the parrying motion, and does not
Yes.
present only her head. It's useless.
Yeah, it's not like it would be in real life. You would expect a thrust to the head, by which you would parry with your offhand, and
Or
then
the rapier.
yeah, well, the offhand is better.
Yeah, of course, but like it's two
Yeah,
options.
you still parry with something, and then you
Attack.
immediately riposte. Very
It's
powerful.
similar to that other guard that Fabrice presents, where you like literally do the same like motion, but you don't have the dagger, so you put your rapier
Horizontally and
under your chin,
under
and
your
when
chin.
someone tries to attack your head with a thrust, you do
Beat
a
it.
cut.
Yeah, you beat it basically out of the
Way?
Yeah, the trajectory, like you would parry a thrust normally with, like, say, a saber.
Yeah.
You beat it out of the way, and then you thrust immediately. Oh my god,
Nice
what
stab.
precision!
And you do that horizontal or vertical motion in both of them, so that your opponent cannot control your blade doing it.
Yes. Yes. A lot of Fabrice is, of course, about blade control. Every rapier. And Regic attacking the right side. Slashes the
Captain
leg.
Adler's really relying on that shield as he moves forward. I think he's trying to force it a bit too much because his
He is.
opponent is finding ways around.
A shield does not make you completely invisible.
Oh.
And Marie just pecking at his legs like a goblin.
That's another one.
Uh,
Yeah, but Connor actually has a pretty good win rate, considering that most do not expect him to be that good. But it's
A
probably
lot of it's
mostly because
oak. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of it's Oak. The same with Laszlo, to be honest.
Laszlo has a high rate.
Yeah, a lot.
It's probably because
Laszlo
earlier.
is one of the safest characters when it comes to like winning with a lot of flags and losing practically none.
Because he's
Mostly
fast?
because of Oak.
Oh yeah.
Oak just absolutely destroys our statistics by existing.
Yeah, stop existing. Oh, we need the statistics.
Now stats are like broken anyways. We
Yeah.
have too little people.
Yeah, with a community as small as this one, I think looking at statistics proves to be quite deceitful of how good our character is.
Yes.
And well, Rajik finding that gap there, I think this is very very good representation of how you should counter Connor with Marie, because there is always.
Oh,
a
and the
gap.
back Y. Instant cancel of the
Yeah.
push. And, yeah, that was a back Y.
Yeah.
That's good.
Connor surprisingly opens his head up a lot during a lot of his
Yeah,
attacks.
Connor is more open than Marina, especially Duke Longard.
His attacks are really
Marta-
crude too. A lot of the
Yes,
time.
yes. And Marina does the same thing. She can just like literally get her blade between the sword and the shield because there's an opening there, and just stab you.
Oh, interesting.
Unlike with again, like the guy grabbed that probably.
Rajik, Rajik probably trying to grab, but didn't quite get the range right on the.
No,
jumper.
they're good. It's just
I don't
the
know
animation.
about
One didn't cancel the push, or two just
Okay.
it wasn't fast enough.
Oh.
You cannot just stop everything. You need to dash there.
Uh-huh.
So if your opponent like starts very fast on the attack or like
Okay, that's
predicts it, you're gonna get. Ooh.
interesting. Rajik not quite capitalizing on all the opportunities Captain. Though those opportunities might be baits in disguise, exactly. Now that Captain Adder is just one flag away from losing, he seems to be very passive right now.
Oh,
What
trying to
was
grab. He needs to stop
Yeah.
doing that or he'll lose.
Yeah.
That's don't grab, don't grab.
Oh, we're not supposed to give out advice to the competition.
That's not good. That's not advice. That's
Well, I mean,
That's advice.
a little bit. Yeah.
That's literally it.
oh, he went low guard to. Oh man, as a bait.
This
Bait.
but-
Range was deceitful there.
It seems that the victory, the quite decisive lead, got to Rajik's head there a little bit.
Oh
Now
wait, he deliberately gave up those flags.
Oh, did
He
he?
says now this is more exciting, or this is more exciting. Yeah.
It
My
is really,
God.
it is more exciting.
It is.
I love it when people just give out flags like that.
Yeah, and then watch him still win. That'll be a flex and a half.
Yeah. Or lose. That would be interesting.
If
Yeah.
you lose your eyes, you don't know what
Yeah.
to say. That was
Might feel a little bad if you lose, but oh well.
well, I don't know.
It's part of the
And
fun.
if it's about like having fun, then
Yeah,
what do you
USFC
care?
is having fun.
That's what I
If it
mean.
wasn't-
Yeah. Yeah.
If it wasn't all about having fun, I would pick Samuel every fight and not go for
Oh, and he got it. Nice.
Look at that exchange though. Like Rajik baited with the thrust, and then Captain Adler took it sadly. Well, exposed himself. Excellent fight, both of you.
Amazing.
Yes.
No, you're fine. That's fine. That's the type of banter we like to see.
God, I love USFC.
Yes.
Yeah, I say we
Oh.
should be sportsmanlike, but that doesn't mean you can't taunt people. That doesn't mean you can't use banter, showboat. All these things are allowed. It's just about
Yeah,
being
totally.
decent to each other. As long as you do
Think
that,
of it like
you're good.
Gladiators, sure.
yeah, we are. This is gladiatorial combat. We are here to
Are
make.
you not entertained?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, you're not entertained.
Of course.
Well, next fight is Great Square and against Sydney. I would say, Great Square is very. I remember welcoming him to the server, being a pretty new player myself. Grid Square, I know a lot about him because we typically play matchmaking. He's very decent and very decent, versatile player. He plays a lot of characters and tries his best, and actually gives me quite a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I can just trample over him. I really have to beat him, and he's gonna be fighting against Insigni. Didn't he score second in the last tournament?
I think
he
so.
scored.
Yeah, he did really well. Insigni left, by the way.
Yes.
Grid Square, right?
Grid Square needs keyboard.
Yeah, I gave him keyboard.
Yay!
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. Hang on. That was
Happens.
clearly an accident. Yeah, no worries. We're gonna restart that. Somebody's hitting Alt-Tab. Try not to do that. Or hitting the Windows key, one of those things. Hang on. Yeah, it's not you guys. One of them is doing it.
Interesting.
Let's try again. Grid
Oh.
Square with Calc against
Yeah.
Jan. That's interesting. I would say Jan has the advantage, to be honest, but I have been surprised lately with how well Calc can do against Saber characters specifically in good hands, especially if you're really good with him like Eve is, for example.
Again, saying that some sort of character has the advantage of the other tends to have the psychological bravado for the other person. That, oh, I can just attack into the other person. Of course, nothing will happen. I have the advantage. And then Calc being...
That can just like literally fly over Jan
I don't know.
during the try.
Yeah, it hit the corkscrew, so weird stuff happened from there.
This is a very cool match. Because as we know, Jan is very good with thrusts and with cuts, same as Kalkstein. So we have a very cool hybrid matchup there. I like to see that a lot.
Yeah, but I think Clark is more about the setups here and like punishers, while Jan can have a little bit more aggression.
Yeah, he can dictate the pace a lot better. Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, nicely done, both of you.
Push cut to the face.
I'm really liking those exchanges. These are amazing.
Yeah, so far Jan a little bit faster. I think that's one of the big problems Calc will have. He has range a little bit on Jan, but not much. And the speed is definitely in Jan's favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Calc, I'm not a Calc player, but I can safely say that Calc is very awkward to play with. I feel awkward playing him. He feels robotic, which, you know, he is fencing in a very robotic style himself.
Yeah, from books too. So he's trying to follow like the depictions as closely as possible without practical experience to back it up.
Does it not remind you of like New People to Hima? Like New People to Hima always try to hit that perfect form all the time.
Yeah,
I did. Info does that. You probably did that. Everyone who did Hima did that.
Yeah.
And
but people who actually fight, they actually fight in tournaments and stuff. They're not like, well, my feet need to be here at all times. My feet need to turn like this. They're more like, is my sword hitting the other guy and I'm not being hit? Brilliant, I did my job, type of thing.
Yeah. If you see a lot of like high-level Hima fights, you might think, oh, they're so sloppy. They're not keeping proper technique. But the technique is actually there.
It's muscle memory. Yeah,
muscle memory. It's like karate. With karate, you know how you have those silly forms where you put the punches and the blocks are very accentuated.
Yeah.
This does not work in real life combat, but it does train you with muscle memory. Yes, all karategas that fight like in the ring, they don't keep perfect composure like that. The perfect form, wax on, wax off, so to speak. It's so cool to see that being transferred across.
You do 1 punch, 1,000.
There's always a sloppiness in a real fight that will occur that doesn't happen when you're doing patterns or training on your own, stuff like that.
Now, Isabella against Jan.
And that's kind of what I was getting at. It's like, of course they care about technique in tournaments, but at the end of the day, did you score the point? Did you take a hit as well? If you did not take a hit, all is good. Then you got your point, and you can move on. Or if you're in a real fight, is your opponent dead and you're relatively unscathed? That's good. That's all you need to do. It doesn't matter if your form was completely perfect. You just need that muscle memory to get into a dominant position without even thinking.
Jan against Isabella. Who would you say has the upper hand?
Probably easy.
I tend to say Isabella, but I've won with Jan before in this matchup. It's definitely possible for either one. They're both S tier characters.
Possible to win like with Marie against Easy too, but like.
But they're both. But I think they are both really strong characters. So I really do think Jan, if you're gonna pick a saber to fight Isabella, he's not as good as Denise, I would say, but he's as close as you can get without being blatantly broken. As far as how even the matchup is.
I would say that Barabash is slightly better because of his uppercut.
I don't know.
The forward, you know,
his upcut is good. I agree with that. I think Jan's reach is really helpful here, though. I've sometimes found Jan's reach is much more beneficial, but it depends on the day sometimes as well. Sometimes I'm like, nah, I prefer the fast cuts of Barabash, and sometimes I think the range is more valuable. It sometimes depends on the opponent you're fighting too. Against somebody like Venator, where you have to pick him apart slowly, I would take Jan most of the time. If I'm being objective. But against somebody like Luck, perhaps though, perhaps Barabash is better. Or Isabella, just match him with Isabella. But somebody would.
Seems that the Moulinet blocked the afterblow there. Huh,
yeah.
And the fifth would be, I would really like something that can actually get through the guard fast and in one hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jan has that thrust, which hits your hand a lot. Like, I remember I gave Venator a lot of problems in that LARP event. I was just tapping his hand a lot, and he didn't know what to do.
Yeah, and Sif probably could have problems with that, since her whole game plan often reflects about like single, perfectly, like, you know.
Yeah.
Timed and placed.
Yeah.
This is another thing that plays into the coolness, I would say, of this matchup is Jan's intense forward pressure against Isabella's repost game.
Oh,
very cool.
They both had a similar idea there. They did a wraparound attack there, but Jan was quicker.
And also that 7th guard protecting his back from Isabella as well. I like that a lot about Jan, that a lot of his sidesteps start with a sort of block.
That's probably it. Isabella's tired. He has to finish it. He's whiffing. There's a hit, but it's not a double. It's not a double.
You got too excited there.
No, but like Izzy has absolutely atrocious
stamina.
Yeah.
I don't really see it when I fight her, but
I think it's because people are really good at managing their stamina. Like people who've played Isabella for so long know roughly how much they can throw. So mostly when good players get tired, it's more because they've been hit previously, and so their stamina pool is low. That's usually when people get tired.
We just like literally saw those.
Yeah. Also, it was Venator who I was fighting against. Like, of course, he's not gonna.
He's not gonna tire himself out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a pretty good news here. Roderick, one of the Discord members, said that Sellsword Arts, very popular HEMA channel, will go to Poland in June of this year.
Nice.
June?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Pickham.
Yay!
That's good to know, actually, for people who live in Poland. Maybe you'll be able to catch them. Depending.
I met them. It was fun. They had a class about choreography with alongside. It was fun.
Nice.
I have uni.
In June?
Oh, nice.
I think I have like. Wait.
You have university in June.
Yeah, that's.
Sydney needs to lock in against this Marie.
Huh. Yeah, like I have classes. Like shit.
Okay.
Dude.
Jan,
especially since I've had like exam.
Jan against Marie is a very balanced matchup, I would say. Of course, Marie having superior range and a bit faster attacks with the thrust. Though Jan has the blade beating pressure of the long guard chop and the YY combo. Yeah, like that.
But the YY
Getting-
combo you cannot afford to whiff on Marie, or you're gonna get hit every time.
No.
You cannot whiff that.
The double launch earns.
Double launch.
It's true of Bar too. If I spam YY and get sloppy, most Marie mains will punish it. It has to be very deliberate. It has to land right away.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, the auto guard, they will do anything. But if you just spam it, I'm gonna literally just get your timing and triangulate.
Yeah, just the core of fencing, just mind games. It's very cool to see though.
Yeah. But if the YY hits right away, then there's no, like, you're just done as Marie. Because I've already gotten too close and something's gone terribly wrong. Like that. Yeah, that was good. Second intention there.
It's not unbalanced though. It's just whoever played their strengths better. Jan, of course, faster and having the potential to blade beat more than Marie.
Yeah.
So fair game.
I know I would give some inputs, but that would be playing favorites.
No, we're not. We're coaching Marie players right now.
Signy's good to go now. Looks good.
Yay.
Bit of lag possibly. That happens. Lag spikes are normal. I'm just glad it's stable now instead of like people were saying it was like 20 seconds of lag, which is that's an issue that should be addressed.
It's very cool to see that matchmaking casual player like Grid Square is doing so well against Insigni, who I think participates in tournaments way more than he does in matchmaking.
Yeah.
Also, he has way more.
Ooh.
Oh my god! Lunge into
the first launch is better than double launch.
Yeah, sure.
You can actually like escape from it, do a backdash, triangle. You have options.
Okay.
And that second launch is just an option that takes you a little bit forward.
Oh, Marie mains.
It's better if you are absolutely caught on guard and need to go like dodge something, go down. A backway is better when you actually hit and want to follow up with something because you didn't kill.
Okay.
Signy gets one.
Actually connect. I don't know why
There's
you
a
think.
fight.
There's a hit there. Grid Square is trying to whittle his opponent down after that initial hit, get the stamina down, and keep the distance. Play this clean. Cannot afford to lose. Get to the leg was nice, but is not able to follow it up just yet. And that's the problem.
Gets very patient. This is a very important thing that you all have to remember. If you hit your opponent once and they don't die, you can hit them again. You can hit them again later. Do not go rushing in. You will die.
Yeah, especially if Marie, like, you gotta keep distance still. You can't just walk forward, and a lot of the time anyway, you can't just walk forward and hit people. We've seen that a few times, but you have to know her combos inside and out. And you have to be in the right situation.
Pretty historical duel here. Both walking in and out of distance, Marie probing with her rapier, see how the opponent reacts. Very historical combat. Of course, with the victory being on the line here, Grid Square, I don't blame him for playing passively.
Yeah, and Insigny should do that too. He wants to win it. He doesn't want to throw this away and give him chances to make a comeback, especially because this Marie has been so tough. Why? Nice. He was just close enough to hit. No kill. Oh, somebody's pausing though. Hopefully it's okay.
I imagine Grid Square suffered a miniature heart attack there from that hit. Trust goes unpunished.
Grid Square. Inquartado. Oh, that was a blunder. I think the Inquartado was a bit of a blunder.
Yeah, Inquartado Marie is not that good.
Unless it's at close range and already you know what your opponent is gonna do, which unfortunately Grid Square failed to predict. Well, it's still
you cannot predict it.
You can predict. You can predict.
You can try.
Yeah, you can.
So roll of a die.
Yeah.
We aren't in Usami. We aren't Usami, okay? We aren't synth.
We are Usami.
We are not synth.
We are like her. No, like fencing is all about prediction info. You do not do a lot of.
It's about showing certain openings and knowing how to answer when your opponent capitalizes on them.
Yeah, and how do you know when predict it when they capitalize?
No, you see them. You look at how they have. move, how their back arches, what they do, which foot is moving currently.
Maybe if you have the range advantage over a rapier, sure. But when you're in a real fight with a saber, a real weapon, you cannot really react that well, can you?
Get good. Get a longer saber.
All right,
Yeah,
somebody
sure.
needs to do the announcement. Do you guys want to do it?
Sure, why not?
I
All right.
know.
The announcement for the oak fight, I assume.
It's on.
It's on now,
who is
yeah.
fight-
I'm
who is
fighting
fighting
Oak
Oak?
right now for the title
Okay,
shot.
in the hold on, guys, don't. Here are your challengers. On the left, hailing from Russia, Earth, the current USFC champion, Oak. On the right side, the keeper of the Discord server, historian, scholar, and Barabash main, Subutai Khan! Fighters, tap the gloves or something. Yeah, there we go. The match has begun. The match for the USFC title. Oak going with Jacek. Jacek being his new main, and the signature combo, the whirly combo he does, the double Y sidestep, earns him the first round. Subutai, with his unwavering pressure, goes through Jacek's defenses and wins a double there. Very fast moving match, very professional. Very, very explosive movement from Subutai. Quite unpredictable too. Oh, catches Jacek on that, sorry, Oak on that forward X there. I like this matchup because actually because both do not play passively, both go for the kill, and you can see a very dynamic, very professional fight. The Oak hitting there but doesn't capitalize on the stagger, and Subutai kills him with the upcut. Subutai with no mercy pressuring Oak's defenses, Oak failing to riposte in a meaningful manner. Huh! A double snap cut there from Subutai. Bashes through Oak's guard. Quite hard to keep up with these two gentlemen fighting, and a very weird combo there. Earns both of them a double. Subutai going for the more aggressive approach, but does not get through Oak's defenses. Forward X finds a riposte, one of Barabash's signature moves. Now Oak seemingly playing more passively, and the Quart misses and gets his hand chopped off. Nice exchange there. Nothing fruitful though. The YY combo doesn't go through, and Oak gets a point finally. Sorry, Oak. Interesting. Hand cutter move, as it is called. The upcut. The Barabash wins the upcut battle with Jacek. Jacek being, I don't know if he's faster. He's definitely more explosive than Barabash. Can get in and out of range quicker, but Barabash having the faster attacks, faster combos, better sidesteps, and more damage. Oak staying with Jacek, and Subutai staying with Barabash. This is round 2. Score is 1-0. Probing each other's defenses. Forward X doesn't... What the well, interestingly, Subutai doesn't kill Jacek there. And a double. And an upcut finds the opponent's blade, but gets reposted instantly by the book by Oak there. Oh, almost that would have been dangerous for Subutai, but another double. A double sidestep by Oak gets him another point. An upcut and doubling hit. And XY combo by Oak hits the head. Cut into thrust and a double. Subutai trying Barabash's sidestep again. Longer chop and a sidestep, another double. Oh, perfect upcut repose there into a YY. Subutai gets his first point. Oak getting a bit too overzealous with the range there. Barabash more dominant in that closer range. Gets his hand chopped off though. Jesus Christ, what a brutal match. Forward X. No riposte from Subutai. And YY catches Subutai out of out of nowhere. And another YY from Oak. Again, his signature move makes it work very well. Subutai trying to pressure his opponent, no success though. And another perfect parry riposte into a high cut and YY. By the book Barabash there. Snap cuts. Oh, close call there. Oh, the thrust finding its target. Very nice. A thrust makes Subutai tired and then XY. Oak attempting the Y. The Y sidestep again, but Subutai sees it coming and perfectly reposts. Oh, forward X to punish that YY out of measure. The score is 1-1. Will they stay with their current characters? We don't know. We will only see. Very competitive match. Oak, I think, already adapted very well to Subutai's gameplay. Oak, of course, having played a lot of Connor before, rather than Jacek. Subutai contemplating between Jan and Barabash. Still going with Barabash. Interesting. Huh? Oak pressuring the guard, but gets reposted. Not killed though. Oh, and a high guard chop, I think. Went through the auto guard there. Very precise timing and spacing from Subutai. Perfect. Perfect repose by Subu. Again. Oak falling into for the baits that he is setting up for him, unfortunately. Both of them keeping their distance and double. Quick little exchange there. Oak pressuring, but Subutai sees that Y sidestep coming. Oh, high guard. Oh my. Okay, this was. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what happened. Subutai having a very dominant. Let's see if Oak can come back from it. Do not get the difference get into your head, Oak. You can still win this. Yeah, just like that. With a perfect parry post by Oak. Seemingly trying to keep on using his successful, so far successful Y combo, but I think Subutai sees it coming still. This is not looking good for Oak. Subutai needs only one more point to win. win this match, not the entire championship. And an upcut goes through the auto guard, apparently, I don't know. But, Subutai claiming his very decisive victory in this round. This could be the decisive round. The score is 2 points for Subutai and 1 point for Oak. Both of them saying with their successful characters. Oak is on the right, Subutai on the left. Starting off pretty aggressively. Yeah, you cannot beat Berevesh on that upcut. Oh, both of them in proper distance. Oh my god! Quick dash into a push, into a beautiful headcut. Very aggressive and very risky. Very well done. Huh. Oak attempting the use of left for there, ends in a double. That cut into thrust is a very powerful attack, and Oak shows that perfectly. It seems that it's having internet issues, I think.
Oak says a bit of a stutter, we'll just let it pass.
Yeah. I must say, this is a very hard match to keep up on. I feel like one of those horse merchants that wrap the you know what I mean. It's very hard to keep with the pace of this match. Oh, and a double sidestep there. Oak still experiencing stutter, I'm guessing. I can see it too.
Let me rejoin. Yeah, no worries. I don't want to fight Oak at his worst with the lag, so take your time.
Is it not possible to perhaps switch hosts if the lag gets bad?
Yeah, we can do that if it gets bad. Or switch to Steam. Sometimes Oak needs that, I find.
Okay. Because Oak is not the only one getting lag right now. Say that the gameplay I'm seeing is a bit stuttery. Oh my god, guys. Oak again pausing. Okay, he says to wait it out. Remember, Oak, it is still possible. You can just switch hosts. It would be pretty favorable, I would say. Oh, Clemena going on a very huge rant about Jacek. YouTube chat, right? He's saying that left foot forward way into... Uh-huh. Interesting. Apparently, the left foot forward Y into right foot back X is not a good... Huh. Thank you very much, Clemeno, for this.
Alright, we're trying Steam now. Usually it's better for Oak when he encounters these issues. Let's see. If you can move. Are you able to move? Is it the same? Is it worse?
Oh, worse.
Okay.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, if it's too bad, I don't know, Captain Nadler might be still alright.
Yeah, he said playable, but kind of not good. It's up to Oak. He's the champ. I'll let him decide.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Okay, if Captain... well, let's just pick Captain.
Pirkon is fun.
Huh?
Pirkon is fun.
Pirkon is fun?
It is, yes.
I believe you. I wanna...
Especially like... Five.
How much is... Where is
Poznan.
Poznan?
The housing prices are absolutely atrocious though.
Yeah, I imagine.
The first time I have gone, the only reason I could stay there for was because one of the hotel did a mistake and didn't change the prices from like because normally a price for a night in Poznań would be like 100 zloty,
Alright, join Captain
200.
Adler's host.
Yep.
Doing Precon, it's like over 1,000, 1,500. Yes, so
Oh my
Okay,
god.
so for the viewers, we're keeping the flags. That means we both have a point. We have to score 6 to win this round.
Yeah, both fighters need only 6 instead of 7
For
points
this
to
round,
win.
yes. And then if
And-
Oak were to win, it would be 2-2.
Sorry, Captain Adler, if you could let me into, that would be great. And another reminder for the viewers, for the fighters, that the score is 2-1, 2 for Subutai, 1 for Oak.
probably won't go to 0.
Alright, Oak.
Oh, okay, sure.
Exams.
Oh yeah, he needs
Yes.
keyboard. That's the other thing.
No.
A lot of stuff to
Probably.
remember, all good.
I have.
You do have that.
Oh.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Somebody...
And normally, like family friends help. You know. Okay.
Oh, the wrong map. Actually, Subutai, I have a question. Why not use this? Why do we
It's
prefer
too
the?
dark.
There's
Oh,
no
it's too
boundaries,
dark.
too. Well, there are
Okay.
boundaries, but they're like you can walk for a while. So I prefer there to be an actual ring. I think the
Yeah,
small
yeah, yeah.
void map offers a good balance between allowing you to move around a lot, but still giving you very clear boundaries that you have to stay within.
Okay.
You know, just like
I
a
also
formal
think-
HEMA bout.
Though I think circle map would be cool
Circle map would be cool. Yeah.
with no corners because
Well, let's focus on the fight. This is a very important fight. I'm sorry.
ooh, and the upcut.
Yeah, thrust out of measure into an up. Seems that Subutai's favorite move there to punish any sort of whiff.
Oh, and the
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is not looking good for Oak, but it's only 2 points. Well, 3, yeah. And Subutai only needs 3
That's
more.
4, because we counted more.
Yeah. It's Subutai only needs 3 more. Don't
And-
let that get to your head, though, Oak. Still got
Oak.
this.
That's not help.
Oh my god. Okay, well, let's just focus. Here.
Ooh. Oh.
Doesn't hit, but somehow, some way, Oak
It was
still
just-
manages to get the point.
That was, it was, the force. The force was
Yeah, the
used.
force.
Yeah. A double there.
Another double. Oak
No, I
not
think-
taking any chances with parrying that.
How could have used?
Oh
that
my god, forward
first-
deck. Yeah. Forward deck single tempo. Hit to the head, of course, wins that exchange.
Ooh, got hit.
Yep, interrupted midway. The upcut doesn't hit Oak though. Very good. He still has a chance.
A
Oh!
hit there.
Yeah, retreating cut and
Could have been capitalized, but didn't. Oh, and Barra is tired.
Bayer is tired and
So it's
Oak follows
four-
through. Yeah, it's 4-4. Jesus Christ, what a tense match.
It is. Paralysis. Oh, and the legs got hit.
Leg cut doesn't injure the legs though. Longer chop from Subutai, but Oak is prepared and he retreat cuts perfectly. Very good repose game from both of them.
And around.
Yeah, it's not over.
So, but
Yeah.
around.
Oak only needs 1 more to win this set.
No, not like around, that around.
What the?
Around, like around,
Yeah,
around
sure,
that
sure.
circle.
And Oak won this set. The score is 2-2 with another one of his signature wide side steps. I must say, learning that side step from Oak has been day and night in my in my Jacek gameplay. It really is a great combo to learn. And Barabash,
Jan.
no, yeah, sorry, Barabash. Sorry, I keep sorry, I keep calling Subu Barabash. But yeah, he went with his other main, Jan.
So, but it's technically, like, literally Barabash.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he.
literally.
Single tempo attack. Oak
head.
wins because he hit the head. Yeah.
Oh.
YY, but doesn't kill. Interesting.
Oh, and the double.
Yeah, very dynamic exchange there. Perfect parry riposte and in a double.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
the forward,
gets the
yeah,
fly.
forward Y gets Jacek in the hand there. Longer
Block.
chop,
Trying
being
to
a
find something.
very good,
Trying to put
mhm,
the-
very good
Oh,
move to
maybe,
pressure.
but Jan just doesn't
Yeah.
care.
Does not care, absolutely not.
Oh, and
Another one of our favorites. Forward X into forward Y.
Oh, and
Bypasses
off with
bypasses the auto guard there. Maybe the spacing was correct. We'll see. Oak attempting another YY of his own, perhaps to mock his opponent.
the head. And the trade goes
Perfect.
for out.
It was not even a trade, I don't think. It was
No,
like,
no, got hit there.
oh, maybe. Oh, another just, Jesus Christ, this is a very tense matchup.
Very
Oak
fast.
playing all of. What the hell?
I think I'll try to throw aside.
No, that attack sometimes goes through guard, especially if both fighters are sidestepping in opportunistic directions. YY and into a retreating X. Beautiful riposte, bait and riposte game from Oak this match. Still, not over.
Oh, in the head.
Yeah, a thrust to the hand has been unsuccessful from Subutai. Well, it did hit its target, just not with enough force. Fast exchanges, and Oak only needs one more point to win the whole set and keep his championship.
Try the thrust, but cancel it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be quiet, honestly, to let both of them focus in this very tense
It's not
round.
last.
It is the last fight, basically.
No, it's not.
It's last fight
It's only
for
for all.
Yeah. Sorry. Ah! Holy crap!
Oh my
This was-
god. GG.
Yeah.
GG. That was Hall of Fame round. Oh
We
my
were-
god.
Yeah, just
Oh
this
my
is
god.
a quick to remember. Amazing
Yeah.
double.
Oh,
Me and Info were trying our hardest to hold back our fucking screams of disbelief. Just holy fuck. Sorry,
that push!
that
That
push.
push! God damn it!
Uh, oh my god, GG, so that perfect display of how Jacek
Yeah.
should be played.
GG.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Well, as the rules say, now Subutai is the champion of USFC. He gets the belt.
Yeah.
Oak just barely defeated in a very close and I would say perfectly played matchup. Very nicely done to
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah, I don't have many words. That was amazing. GG Oak.
Yeah.
Hands were still
We are-
shaking there. I thought for sure, by the way, when we clashed there and Oak kind of clipped me on the head and we were both exhausted, like I thought I was dead there. Because Oak was killing me in similar situations before. But yeah, I just kept fighting on and eventually the chop landed. So that was good.
Oh god.
All right. I won't keep you guys any longer. A bit of a long one, but it was a fun one once we figured out the technical issues. So GG's, and I'll see you next time.
See ya.
GG,
Yep.
see ya.
See you in the Discord.